good, and that's the first bucket of the ball game. Just over 2 minutes into this one with 5:52 to go here in the first quarter. Halls gets their first bucket. Oak Ridge leads it 5-3. It's Clark racing down the other end. She gets it to Heron on the right side. That's no good off the backboard. And Samaj Clark's going to get a foul called about 92 feet away from the basket. That won't make Coach Taylor very happy.
No, it will not. I mean, she was really hustling, though. You know, when you hustle foul, you don't get on your players too bad about that.
So Halls trailing 5-3, 5:34 to go here in the first quarter. Across the half-court line goes the Lady Devils. With it now going down low, they tried to hit big post player you were talking so highly of, Michaela Allen, right before the game, but it was deflected off Lady Wildcat. Halls will inbound it underneath the Oak Ridge basket. Getting close to a 5-second call. They get it in, toss right back to the inbounder. That shot's up off the left side, no good, and a strong rebound by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. She's going to try to outrun the defense. Can she do it? Yes. All the way off the right side, glass, no good, but Clark's there for the rebound, puts it up and in. Great hustle by the Lady Wildcats to start this game. Impressed by their energy, and Halls is going to take a 30-second timeout.
Yeah, that defense is just doing a great job. I mean, we've already had 3 steals, and the game's just started. There's still 5:16 left in the first quarter. Lady Wildcats up 7-3.
We're going to finish the pregame reading that I was a little bit slow on here while there's about 20 seconds left in this timeout. Last season, Oak Ridge won this game 77-35 at home, and here in Halls they won it 72-38. So both blowout wins. And Oak Ridge's next scheduled game is a week from tonight at home against Carnes, and Friday's game against Campbell County. Remember, it has been rescheduled to Tuesday, the 22nd of this month. Tonight's games on prepradio.com and Channel 15 are brought to you by Mortgage Investors Group, Tin Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Fox Insurance Group. Quick bucket on the timeout from
Ella Tharp.
As Halls has come on within 2. It's 7-5. Lady Wildcats with the basket going right to left. It's Hope Holt. She's going to give it up to Mitchell-Steen, who is fouled as she tried to drive it. And no, excuse me. They're going to call Hope Holt with an offensive foul. Not a lot there, but I think she may have not quite been set. I didn't see it, but that's what the call was. So it's 7-5. Lady Wildcats lead down to 2 with 4:49 to go here in the first quarter. Halls with it. Start driving right side. Wide open for 3, and that's off the backboard. No good. And Mike, no. You don't see that often. You can't see it, and my words aren't going to do it justice, but off the three-point miss, Halls got the rebound and tossed it up. It went out of bounds because it hit the wiring above the goal. It went in, but it was no good. Oak Ridge back the other way, trying to make the press is Green. Green finds Heron underneath the basket, and that's 2 points. So every basket from the field for the Lady Wildcats so far, Mike, has been a layup. Too easy if you're Halls. Halls back the other way, trailing 9-5, 4:15 to go here in the opening quarter. And Heron's going to come away with the steal. She passes it ahead to Hope Holt. 3-on-3 break here, and Kenan Green's going to give it out to Clark. Clark tried to go up. Her shot was blocked. No foul. She gets her own rebound and puts it back up and good. That's 4 quick points from Samaj Clark. Both of her shots being from that left side. Again, another layup. She's got 6, excuse me. Halls back the other way. Kamari Mitchell-Steen is shoved, and they're going to call it. Foul is going to be on Michaela Allen, and she's Kamari Mitchell-Steen is giving fits to Allen all day, and that time she tried to create a little space, and she got caught using the elbow to do so. Mitchell-Steen the other way. She's going to find Samaj Clark on the wing for 3. That shot is up, no good. Didn't hit rim, and Halls is going to come away with it. Brooke Cox, the senior guard, dribbling across half court. She's on the right side now. Going to give it into a post player. 5-foot jumper. That's up and good. Michaela Allen, who got called for the offensive foul a possession ago, gets the bucket there. It's 11-7. The Lady Wildcats lead. 3:25 to go here in the first quarter. Hope, beautiful crossover at the free throw line. Her floater is up and good. The old Tony Parker, just free throw line floater, was a beautiful shot there by Hope Holt. That's her first bucket of the ball game, and she's on the board as the scoring has been done from nearly every Wildcat in this starting lineup. Still got the starting 5 up there for Oak Ridge as Halls has it again. Here comes Michaela Allen. That shot off the backboard. It was long, no good. And possessed by Oak Ridge momentarily, but as Mitchell-Steen got the rebound and tried to put it down, it went off of her back foot, and Halls will get possession back. Underneath the Oak Ridge goal, trailing 13-7 with 3:01 to go. Halls is here. Got the inbound here. Struggling to get it in again, but here you get into Allen, who shoots it over the top of Gracie Heron. Mike, that's a hard shot. Gracie Heron almost matches her height-wise, but she got that to go.
Yeah, it's 4 points for her now. she's that tall player I was talking about, Dave, Alex, and she got inside and put it right in on the layup.
Holt on the left side, back going the other way for the Wildcats. Clark gives it out to Green. Pump fake, drive middle. She's going to give it over to Heron, who's a beautiful pass. Heron's shot was good, but they're going to call a hold on Halls before the shot, and the hold is actually going to be called as Green had the ball.
You know, that time Michaela Allen got hit in the mouth, and she's in pain, Alex.
And I think they're going to try to get her out. She's trying to play on, but Lady Devils are going to try to get her out. The refs go ahead and get the ball inbound, though, so she's going to have to tough it out for now. Mitchell Steen fakes going off the screen. She drives left, off the glass, and good. Mitchell Steen's quickness, a problem here early for Halls. Halls trying to go against this 1-2-2 press of the Lady Wildcats. They do break it finally across half court. And going inside for the drive is Halls. That's no good. The ball's on the ground, and out of there with it comes Corvette. Corvette out to Ella Tharp. Tharp trying to set things up, trying to direct traffic. Over on the left wing it goes to Everett. Everett back to Corvette. Long deep three. That's off the front rim short, but Halls gets their own rebound. Hesitation. Shot. Good. Nice little mid-range jumper there by Reagan Corvette, the freshman, getting some meaningful minutes early here. There's been a lot of Corvettes for Halls over the years, and Oak Ridge has it the other way, trying to answer. Samaj Clark, nice crossover, drive again, left side layup, that's good. 8 points early for Samaj Clark, and Mike, I think all 8 have been right there from inside the paint on the left side.
Absolutely, she just penetrating right between their forward and their guard and just putting it right in the hole.
Quick three off the left side is no good. It was long from Halls, and there's going to be a foul. Was it over Oak Ridge or Halls?
It's on Oak Ridge.
It's going to be on Oak Ridge's Samaj Clark. That's her second foul. Remember, she had that early foul far away from the basket, and she's going to have to take a seat.
Yeah.
Checking in for Oak Ridge. Make sure I got my numbers straight. Is Lauren Hart, the 5'6" junior. So Clark sits, Hart comes in. Over the top of Gracie Heron goes the ball momentarily. She steals it and passes it ahead to Hope Holt. Hope Holt, 2-on-1 drive, stops, pops, up shot, no good, but gets her own rebound. That shot's no good, but Mitchell Steen is there for the rebound, and she puts it up. Shot's no good, but guess what? There's a foul. She'll go back to the free throw line again. She is just finding the way to get past, between, and through these Halls defenders, Mike. She's a problem so far.
Yeah, they're scrappers, and they're much quicker than the Halls ladies.
Halls matching the Lady Wildcats, fairly comparable from a height standpoint, but certainly speed and quickness. Oak Ridge has had the advantage here early on. 1:19 to go here in the first quarter. Lady Wildcats lead it 19-11 now with 1:19 to go after both of Mitchell Steen's free throws are good. She's got 6 points, second leading scorer for the Wildcats. Halls gets it across half court momentarily before it's knocked out of bounds from Mitchell Steen. Halls will inbound it right at the half court line. With it now is Tharp. Tharp trying to go against Green and Mitchell Steen gets it out of there. She's got another steal. She gets shoved, no call, but she's going to put it up anyways. Another bucket. And Kamari Mitchell Steen and Clark both have 8 for Oak Ridge here in the first. Halls, another steal nearly. Cannon Green almost had it, but she can't get it. And Ella Tharp gets the bucket to go on the other end, almost a pseudo fast break, if you will. She's got 4. Mitchell Steen back the other way. 48 seconds to go. Oak Ridge up 21-13 in the first. Hart shot fakes, gives to Green at the three-point line on the elbow. She's going to give it out to Hope Holt. She's getting directions being shouted from Coach Taylor, and I think the Lady Wildcats are going to try, if Hope Holt can break the 5-second count as she just did, they're going to try to run the clock out and get one final shot here. After it's momentarily stolen, Hope gets it back at the left elbow, extended, and she's having a lot of trouble getting past the defender. She does, and she gets a wide open three. That's good. She made the defender fall there as the defender reached for the steal, and here's another steal. Holt over to Mitchell Steen. That shot is up and good with 5 seconds to go, so 2 quick baskets for the Lady Wildcats, and with 2 seconds, 1 second, that's going to be your first quarter. What an ending. Halls had closed the gap a little bit, Mike, but after a couple of bad defensive possessions and a turnover combined, Lady Wildcats all of a sudden took what was a single-digit lead, and now it's up to 13 as we head to the second quarter.
It is amazing how quickly they scored right there in that last flurry of the last 1 minute, really, of the first quarter, and the Wildcats pulled out to the 26-13 lead. What a great job of offensively controlling the boards, and then to put the ball in the hole. You know, they've only missed 1 free throw. Carmen Mitchell-Steens has shot all the free throws. She only missed one, and she has 9 points. Some Amelia Clark has 8. Gracie Herring has 2, and Hope Holt has 2.
Thank you, Mike. As we get set for the second quarter, we want to remind you that we need your help creating Christmas memories again this year for children chosen by our district's Family Resource Center. The Oak Ridge basketball student athletes, both girls and boys, will follow COVID-19 protocol to safely take children from our community holiday shopping this year. The goal is to spend $100 on each child on December 20th this year. Please support this holiday tradition by mailing a donation to Oak Ridge Boys Basketball Boosters, P.O. Box 5834, Oak Ridge, Tennessee 37831. Contact Coach Aaron Green for more details. So a 26-13 lead as the clock begins here in the second quarter for the Lady Wildcats. Hope Holt has it, tries to drive off the right side. She's going to give a back-cutting Kamari Mitchell-Steen the ball, and she puts the layup up and good. Mitchell-Steen has double digits now. She's got 10 points, but Mike, she hasn't shot anything but layups. Hall's the other way. That shot's a quick one off the right side up, no good. Gracie Herring fighting for the rebound. She doesn't get it, but she does get the block. But they're going to say that she pushed. I was going to say she got away with the push, but she didn't get away with it. They called her with the foul. That's Gracie Herring's first. 28-13 the score. Lady Wildcats in the lead. 7:39 to go here in the second quarter. Corvette to shoot 2. Her first free throw is off the back rim. That was not a pretty shot, high arcing, but no chance for that one to go in. The second shot, quickly shot here by Corvette, and that one is good. Much better looking shot. And the lead is doubled for Oak Ridge, 28-14. Hope Holt the other way quickly, just driving all the way to the rim. That one's, she got unlucky that one didn't go in. Hall's going to come back the other way. They've got a fast break, 2-on-1 up ahead. Mitchell-Steen gets the block. Great hustle by Kamari Mitchell-Steen. Halls gets the rebound again. It's Corvette again with the high arcing 5-footer, and that one's good. 28-16 now, 7:15 to go here in the first half. Mitchell-Steen brings it across half court, right to left. They're moving on your radio dial, or on your prep radio dial, we should say. And Mitchell-Steen just driving again to the rim. Not a lot of complication from this offense of Oak Ridge, Mike, because they're, and I don't say that to diss what Oak Ridge is doing, they're just not having to run a lot of offense. They're simply swinging it around till they get a matchup they like, getting a guard like Mitchell-Steen to drive, and they're just getting straight to the rim every time. Steen was fouled, and she gets the first free throw to go.
The quickness and the passing of the Lady Wildcats is evident right now, Alec. They really pass the ball well and get into opening spots, and they're hitting their shots right now, no doubt about it.
And they're hitting their shots from free throw as well, as Mitchell-Steen hits both of those. It's a 30-16 lead with 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Green playing good defense, and so is Mitchell-Steen, but she's going to get called with a foul there. As she reached in, as Kiara Everett was kind of in no man's land there, in between the three-point line and the half-court stripe. And Brooke Cox is going to throw it in for Halls. Moving left to right are the Lady Devils. Cox has it up top, drives past Mitchell-Steen, going to give it out to Corvette on the right. She's going to take a long three. That one's off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound goes to Mitchell-Steen, and guess what? She's off of the races. Here's an easy layup, good. 32-16, the lead for the Lady Wildcats. 6:38 to go here in the first quarter. Corvette with it for Halls, trying to break this press. She's going to stop and pop. The 10-foot jumper is no good, but Halls gets the rebound. It's Michaela Allen. She's going to drive, shot blocked by Green, and out of there with the scrum comes Mitchell-Steen. Here's another layup. Will she make it? She's hammered. Shot was no good. It had no chance because she was fouled. She's all right, though. She shakes it off, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2 more shots. How many shots, including these 2, has Mitchell-Steen taken already here with 6:25 to go in the second quarter?
1, 2. 13 counting her free throws.
13 points.
Yeah. No, she's got 14 points.
14 points. And the first free throw, I think I put the old Alex Myers jinx on her. Alex Myers here at Halls High School alongside Mike Sheehan. Christian and Cody doing some camera work for us. We appreciate them. Mitchell-Steen's second free throw is up and good. So it turns out on the scoreboard to be a good foul, as Mitchell-Steen had a layup, and she only converts 1 of 2 from the free throw line. It's a 33-16 lead for Oak Ridge. Lady Wildcats on top with 6:25 to go. Here comes their press again. Can Halls get past it? There's going to bully their way past half court is Corvette. And she's eventually going to get called is Buchanan Green with the foul. It's going to be a blocking foul. It's a good foul, or it's a good call. Green just got to beat her to the spot, but Corvette's not afraid of contact. I'll say that, Mike.
No, she just took her hip and pushed her out of bounds is really what happened.
And they're going to immediately on the inbound pass, going to call another foul, I believe, on Gracie Herron. That's her second foul, team 7th, so that sends, even though it's not a shooting foul, it sends Michaela Allen for Halls to the free throw line on the 1-and-1. Spins it, takes another spin, looks, and she's going to fire off the free throw. That was off balance when she shot it, and the shot was no good. Out of there comes Gracie Herron with the rebound. She gives it up court to Mitchell Steen. Mitchell Steen finds a cutting Hope Holt, and that's a good good layup, rather. Great look for Mitchell Steen. Of course, she attracts a lot of attention, and when the defense looked towards her, Hope Holt just cut towards the basket for an easy layup. It's Corvette the other way. Hall, she's just going to stop and pop a long three, or short three, rather, and she's going to come out of there with it as Hart, giving it up to Hope Holt. Hope Holt, 12-foot jumper. Shot no good, and Michaela Allen comes out of there with it for Halls. Halls got to go 90 feet away from where they're at right now to get a bucket with 5:43 to go here in the second quarter, trailing 35-16. Corvette with it. She's going to find Cox out up top. Hall's got to establish some sort of offensive rhythm, Mike. They don't really have anything consistent. They're just kind of getting shots when they get close instead of, they're not really intentional with what they're doing, but that was an intentional drive that time from Michaela Allen. Her shot was just no good.
The Oak Ridge defense has just been stifling. That's one of the problems.
But even better than their defense has been their transition offense that has kind of been born and spawned out of that defense. And guess what? There's another layup coming off of that, forcing a Halls timeout. Gracie Herron with a nice look. The Oak Ridge Bigs are just running. They're just outrunning. Really, the whole team is just outrunning Halls, even in the half-court setting.
And they slash the basket so fast, Alec. It's really amazing, especially Mitchell Steen. I mean, she's just blistered the Halls Lady Red Devils right now.
Let's set the situation up here for you. Again, Alex Myers with you and Mike Sheehan doing some color commentary and stats. We're at Halls High School tonight. You're hearing my voice, unfortunately, for you all. Instead of David Clary, he's been involved with some contact tracing. He's feeling okay, but looking to hopefully get back and expecting to get back for Friday's big game in Cookeville. But I am here tonight just as a precaution. And the Lady Wildcats come into this game only playing a couple of games so far. They're 2-0. While Halls is 3-1. Halls boys team, Cody Jordan, who's doing our camera work tonight, showed me earlier their schedule. I think they're 5-0. They haven't lost a game this season. Now, what I'm expecting is, looking at their schedule, having not seen the team's rosters, how they're currently built, but in the past, my guess is that the teams that they played probably weren't the toughest. I'll say it that way, Mike. But 5-0 is 5-0. You can only do with what your schedule is presented, and certainly we're looking forward to that matchup. But first, let's get to this matchup, which has been an outstanding performance so far by the Lady Wildcats, except on that play where Halls inbounded after the timeout and just kind of went about 75 feet straight to the basket. And I think it was Corvette with the bucket, and if it is, she's got 6 points. 37-18, the Lady Wildcat lead to 19 with 4:50 to go here in the second quarter. New Wildcat checks into the ball game for Oak Ridge, and I thought she was fouled. They're going to call a travel. It was Emily Lindsay, the 5'7" sophomore, who shot it and made it, but the shot was no good. They called her with a travel. She just checked in. It's Lindsay in there, along with Hart, Green, Holt, and Katie LaFoon, the freshman. Hall's with it. They're going to pop a three from the right corner. They've had that shot all night. They haven't got it to go yet. Holt gets in there with the rebound, and she's going to be fouled. There was a little bit of a tussle there, and the foul is going to be on Kiera Everett, her second, team 7. So Hope Holt will walk the other way, and she'll go down to the line for 1 of 1. If Oak Ridge can continue what they've done so far at the line, which is to say they've been pretty good, and you're going to like your chances in this one, aside from the fact that you're up by 19. 37-18, 4:31 to go. The Lady Wildcats lead it. Holt's first shot is off back rim, no good, and Everett comes out of there with the rebound. She crosses half court. Holt back the other way. She's going to look to Green. Finally finds her. Green fakes, thought about a shot, and she's going to drive up top, and she walked. Yep, that's a good call. I agree with that one. I don't know about the one before, but that's a good call. Green just kind of got caught in between trying to pass and there was a little bit of confusion there offensively for the Wildcats, I think, is what caused that. So Hall's coming back the other way. Hall's trailing 37-21 with 4 minutes to go exactly here in the first half. Hope Holt tightly guarding Kiara Everett. They're going to pass it into Michaela Allen. She's defended well, and no good is the shot. Hart comes out of there with it. She's triple teamed, and she finally gets the pass ahead to Hope Holt, and now the Lady Wildcats have numbers. Green with it on the left side. She's going to put the layup up high off the glass. No good. Lady Wildcats get it down there momentarily, and it's stolen away by Everett. Kiara Everett driving pass. Hope Holt crosses over down to the three-point line. There's going to be a tussle. It's a nice jump ball there. I like the energy from Bella Boone. Excuse me, I said it was LaFoon. I saw it was number 30. It's actually number 31. Bella Boone in. And giving a lot of energy so far for the Lady Wildcats. They've taken this half. Lady Wildcats.
I'd tell you what, Emily Lindsay, that Cats up 37-21 with 3:22 left here in the first quarter. Lady Wildcats playing very good basketball right now. You know, they play good team ball. They pass the ball around, and they hit the shooting lane as good as any team I've ever seen.
Well, that's Coach Taylor. I mean, that's bread and butter. I mean, if she's out there coaching on the sidelines, you can expect hustle, effort, and good team basketball, and that's what we've seen here. No shortage of that so far. After the timeout, never good out of a timeout in any sport when you can't execute out of the timeout. And thanks to good defense from Oak Ridge, Halls did not execute that. He threw the ball away. Hope Holt is out there as the Lady Wildcats take possession. She's the point guard, as she has been for a large portion of this game. I don't think she's checked out. She tried to get it to a teammate, and it's stolen away. Everett back the other way off the glass, no good. Good defense in transition that time by Emily Lindsay. Hope Holt thinking about driving. She's going to. Hesitation. She's going to get it to Boone off the left side. Boone's shot is blocked. It was a nice pass, a nice speed, but no good. Hall's back the other way. It's Everett. 1-on-4. She gets a shot up. No good. And the rebound finally tackled down there by Samaj Clark. Clark's got 2 fouls. Important to remember. Hope Holt beautiful behind the basket.
Man.
Back, a dribble, excuse me. She's going to swing it around over to Hart. Hart back up top to Holt, who's guarded by 2 girls. She's finally going to find a teammate over on the right side. Clark with it now. Thinks about a 3. She's going to drive. Pass to Boone. Left side. Shot up. No good. But she is fouled. So Bella Boone with a couple of nice plays both on offense and defense here in the couple of minutes she's been in. No points yet, but she's made an impact certainly. She's going to go to the line for 2 here. Boone at the on the night. Let's see her second. And that was a pretty Lady Wildcats going to get Mitchell Steen back in. Give up for Oak Ridge. Restricted area or professionally basketball. $39 to go. Second shot is up, and again no. Push the and Hall's nice transition defense. Hope Holt has it on the right side. She's going to pass. Quarter. Hart with it on the offensive end for the Lady Wildcats. Good defense by Halls right there as they almost got a steal. Pass goes underneath the basket to Hope Holt, who is tied up immediately. And let's see who it was. It was Hope Holt and Kiera Everett tied up with it. Possession arrow points towards the Lady Wildcats. Hope, Hart, Mitchell Steen, Lindsay, and Clark in there. With 1:30 to go, the inbound goes to Clark on the right side. She backsteps and then drives towards the basket. Her floater is up and good from the block. Didn't use the backboard, didn't need to. 1:20 to go. And the Lady Wildcats lead is up to 20. Back the other way. It's Everett. She's going to get her shot up and no good. And Mitchell Steen comes down with the rebound. Again, the Lady Wildcats try to push. Hope Holt up with it. And now it's with Lindsay, excuse me. Her shot was off the glass, no good. And to me right there, Lindsay, you see what a young player does when they get the ball in a scoring position. She kind of rushed it, and I think if she just takes one more dribble, she could just lay it up.
Yeah, it was close. It bought a lot of iron rolled off.
1:05 to go here. Clock is ticking. The Lady Devils of Halls bringing it across half court now against Kamari Mitchell Steen. That's always a tough task to do, but they do get it across half court. Lindsay defending, and it's going to go to Everett. Everett up top. You're going to find Megan Byleader. Byleader passes over left side for a three, and that's good from Sierra Huff. The 3-point shots. That's her third on the night. 43-20 for the Lady Wildcats. Space and breaks the 5-second count. Out near the big H that straddles the half-court line. She got away with it once, Mike. She didn't get away with the second time. They called her the push-off.
You're absolutely correct. She did it twice, and she got very good.
Actually, well, I wouldn't have called it the second time. There wasn't a ton there, but it's like my dad used to say to me, when you retaliate in sports, the ref catches the second time, and that's what happened there. She called it the second time. As Hall's going to take a deep three from the top of the key. That's going to go, thought it was going to go out of bounds. It was a nice play by Everett to save it. With it is Tharp. She's got to get the ball up. 3, 2, 1. Her shot was blocked partially by the Lady Wildcats, Emily Lindsay. It was a good defensive play by her to save the easy bucket before the half. So at the half, it's 43-26. Lady Wildcats all over Halls here in this one. Again, this is a third game of the season for Oak Ridge. They're 2-0 on the season, and if things hold over the next couple of quarters, they're looking to go 3-0. Halls came into this game 3-1 on the season. Oak Ridge blew this team out both times they played, both here and at the Wildcat Arena last year. And as the cheerleaders come out, we're going to start playing some music. So we're going to take a 3-minute timeout. Stay with us here on YouTube Live, prepradio.com, and Oak Ridge Schools Television, Channel 15. Alex Myers alongside Mike Sheehan. Mike's going to have some stats in 3 minutes.
You're like 7 minutes late.
I still get paid.
That's good. That's a good deal. Oh, wow. Cody, come here, look at this. That sucks. I like this guy a lot. One of my favorite players. we're commercial free here, radio free, so we're streaming, and so I said 3 minutes, but we'll just kind of play it by ear for the night, Mike. Alex Myers here along with Mike Sheehan. I'll remind you guys to listen to the broadcast not only tonight, but of course on Friday, the big football game. David Clary not here tonight via contact tracing issues, but he certainly hopes and expects to be back in Cookeville, ready to go on Friday and then for next week's basketball games. But Mike, it's certainly, we'll talk about that through the night a little bit, I'm sure. I know you're a former Wildcat football player. As much as you like basketball, that's kind of your expertise, I'll say. So we'll talk about that through the night. But first off, let's talk about this first half. It was a really well-played first half for Oak Ridge. A couple of open threes, but I think Paige Taylor will kind of, she might not admit this, but I think in a way you'd live with that because they didn't make a high percentage. Halls didn't. And if that's the only thing you're really getting going, other than that, hard to complain about many things that Lady Wildcats didn't do well because they're up 43-26. Mike, I'll let you go through the stats, and then we'll talk a little bit about the second half.
Well, you don't really need threes when you can get the ball inside as well as they have. It's been awesome. I'm going to go over the Halls Lady Red Devils first. They're scoring. Ella Tharp had 3. Sophia Tharp had 3. Carrie Everett had no points. She shot 2 free throws and missed both of them. Sierra Huff had 3 on a three-pointer. Michaela Allen, the tallest player on their team, she had 4. And Reagan Corvette leads all scorers for the Lady Red Devils with 7, as their total is 26 at the half. Okay, for the Lady Wildcats, Hope Holt had 5. She had the only three-pointer of the game. Didn't hit anything but the bottom of the basket. And a great job by her. Bella Boone came in and only played about 2 or 3 minutes, but she scored 2 free throws. So she's got 2. Gracie Heron has 4. Cannon Green played, but she hasn't scored yet. Lauren Hart has 1 free throw. And Samaya Clark has 10. And the leading scorer for the Lady Wildcats, not surprisingly at all, 22 points for Kamara Mitchell-Steen. What a tremendous job she has done getting to the basket.
I'm sitting here when I'm calling the game going, man, I'm saying her name an awful lot, but, for good reason. She's 4 points shy of the entire squad for Halls had in the first half. Again, your score at half, 43-26. Mike, quickly over the next, in just a sentence or two, what does each team need to do for Oak Ridge? Start with them. What do they need to do to hold off Halls and go on to victory? What does Halls have to do to try to get back in this game?
Well, all they got to do is keep playing the defense they've been playing. They're not allowing Halls anything hardly underneath at all. They've got very few layups. They've earned every shot they've taken. The Lady Wildcat defense is really putting the pressure on them at the point of contact with that 2-3 zone defense they're playing. They collapse on the ball very quickly, and Halls is having to rush their shots a lot, and they're missing a lot. And rebound. Everybody's got to have rebound. If you don't, and that's one good thing we haven't really mentioned tonight, how well the Lady Wildcats are out-rebounded. I don't have statistics on the rebounds, but I guarantee you they probably got twice the rebound.
We talked about how many Halls shots have just kind of rimmed out and haven't gone down, and of course every time there's a missed shot there's an opportunity for a rebound. So I agree with you there. Real quick, we're going to send it away for a quick break, but we do want to say shout out and thank you to our sponsors: Mortgage Investors Group, 10 Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, ORUD, and of course Fox Insurance Group. We'll have more of the second half action coming up in 60 seconds from Halls High School.
Big girl I'm talking about, Michaela Allen. She's the one that hit the mound. Ball hit her.
Welcome back to Halls High School. Alex Myers, Mike Sheehan, Cody Jordan, and Christian over here with us doing camera work and mainly helping us set up and get on the air. If Christian wasn't here, let's just say, to put it politely, the broadcast would not be happening. He's certainly the technical guy helping us make this happen. We start the second half, 43-26 the lead for Oak Ridge. Halls gets it inbound first. They're moving right to left this half. Lady Wildcats will, of course, be moving left to right. Michaela Allen against Gracie Herron. Her shot is a good spin move, but a shot was way off. And as Oak Ridge gets the rebound, there's going to be a foul. It will be on Oak Ridge's Hope Holt. Her second, team's first of the half. I'm going to say it was a shooting foul.
Not real sure about that foul.
Yeah.
Looked like she got all ball, but I'm not on the floor, so what do I know?
Senior Brooks Cox to the line, and Brooke gets the first shot to go. Ball didn't really want to go down, but it finally did. We wait the second. That was much better. Nothing but net that time. And Halls gets up to 28 points as we start the second half. Hope Holt moving left to right are the Wildcats. Mitchell Steen in the far corner. She's going to drive middle, pass out to Clark. Clark, the pass wasn't great. She had to think about it, and she ended up walking. I think she just picked her pivot foot up and didn't put the ball down fast enough. And so Halls has a chance to score a couple quick possessions, try to capture a little momentum. It's the small victories when you're down big. You gotta start small, and certainly Halls here in the second half with an opportunity to do that if they can score on the first two possessions. Halls left side. Corner three was short, and Samaj Clark has it off the nice Oak Ridge rebound. Clark all the way to the basket, and Clark gets her first bucket of the second half. She had 8 in the first half, and now she's into double digits. Halls working against this Oak Ridge press. Kamari Mitchell Steen, the point of that, working against Green and Mitchell Steen now is Halls. They're going to drive far side baseline. Tried to pass it to Allen, who was underneath, but she was guarded tightly by Gracie Herron. And the ball, there was nowhere for it to go. It went off the back of Herron's leg, and Halls will take over, or retain possession rather, underneath the Oak Ridge basket. Count to 3, count to 4, and finally the ball given in up top. Guarded by Green is Tharp. Tharp going to give it off the left side, and back to the top of the key goes Reagan Corvette. Corvette picks up her dribble, gives it to Allen. Allen's just inside the three-point line, a little bit out of her range, and she's going to kiss it back to Tharp. Tharp giving it back up top to Corvette. Lost the ball momentarily. Now she regains it. Trying to drive against Cannon Green. She's just going to bully her way in, and the basket's almost good. It fell short, but she got her own rebound, put the ball back up, and she was fouled. I think it may have been Herron. Let's double check. And it was. That's Herron's third. So a few Lady Wildcats with a couple of fouls. Herron had a couple of fouls. She's picked up her third. And the old-fashioned three-point play is good by way of Reagan Corvette. It's 46-30, so while Halls has gone on a bit of a run, Lady Wildcats still with a significant lead here early in the third quarter. Mitchell Steen drives against two defenders. Her shot was short, and Halls comes away with the rebound, but as soon as they did that, they traveled. Tharp had the ball. Now Oak Ridge will get it back underneath the Halls goal. Oak Ridge leading the Lady Wildcats are 46-31, 6:20 to go here in the third. Hope Holt with it, trying to find someone underneath. Clark's not there. She finally passes it back up top to the right elbow to Mitchell Steen. Steen gives it down low to Clark. Clark's shot was blocked, and out of there with it comes the Lady Devils. Across half court now is Corvette. She's going to drive in against Green. That shot was well short. It was an air ball. It was no good. And Hope Holt came out of there with it, but was immediately tied up by who? Corvette again. Possession.
Good hustle that time by the Lady Wildcat on defense to get her tied up. They get the alternating possession.
And the Wildcats will take it. Lady Wildcats, rather. Cross half court now is Hope Holt. She's in there with Mitchell Steen, Green, who thought about a three, Herron, and Clark. Mitchell Steen, left elbow three, in and out, in again, and then once again it rolls out. Tough break there for Mitchell Steen, and Halls comes out the other way with it. Racing down the left side. It's going to be blocked by Samaj Clark. Clark thought about pushing it. Instead, she's going to give it up to Green. Green across half court. Right side it goes to Mitchell Steen. 10 feet mark. She's going to drive in, roll over a girl. No foul called or anything. Mike, you got to call something. I don't know whether it's a charge, whether it's a block, but it's certainly something.
I agree with you that time. I tell you, Michaela Allen took the brunt of that one.
We're all looking forward to the football game Friday night when they put the pads on, but that almost looked like we got a preview right there.
Exactly.
As the ball goes into Clark from the inbounds, and that's no good. Lady Devils coming with it back the other way. Across half court is Ella Tharp. Tharp's going to pass it off to a teammate. And as she tried to do that, Mitchell Steen came flying into the picture and poked it out of bounds. Halls with possession, moving right to left, trailing with 5:19 to go. They're down 45-31. Ball goes in and easily stolen away by Mitchell Steen. She's going to take it on the break, give it up left side to Hope Holt, whose shot is no good, but Mitchell Steen's right there. Her shot's no good. Kanan Green gets the rebound, and her shot is blocked that time by Michaela Allen. A lot of good hustling by both teams right now. Oak Ridge, I'd say, is beating them to the ball, but Hall's certainly not giving up on plays. Inbound quickly thrown in from Holt to Heron, and she's going to be fouled as her shot was up quickly. The pace of play, Mike, has picked up here for both teams. Oak Ridge was pushing it in the first half, but here in the second half, in the third quarter, early on, Hall's a little more willing to play that up-tempo style.
Yeah, they were really getting it after it there just now, Alec. As the first free throw shot is up and no good.
45-31 the lead for the Lady Wildcats, 4:57 to go. Gracie Heron's second free throw after the first missed was good. So Halls gets it against it wasn't the strongest press Oak Ridge has ever put on that time, and Halls easily gets it across half court. Corvette with it, left side. It's Tharp. Tharp sizing up Kanan Green. She's going to get inside momentarily, but nice defense forces her to pass it back out. Allen got away with the carry, but she's going to find a teammate. Right elbow, deep three. That's long somehow, and that's no good. Halls off the rebound. They're going to pass it as two Lady Wildcats flowed to the ball, and it left the backside wide open for Reagan Corvette. Mitchell Steen back the other way, left side. Her shot is up and long, no good. And the rebound's going to go to Halls. She loses her feet, but keeps her dribble, and she's going to find Michaela Allen. Allen double teamed in the backcourt, and it's going to be knocked away by Mitchell Steen. She gets it, driving left side against Allen. A lot of contact. Her shot's no good, but she'll go to the free throw line. Nice effort by Allen and Mitchell Steen both that time. Seeing a couple of the stars of these teams going at it right here. That's fun to see, Mike. And you look up at the scoreboard and you think, wow, Halls has made a big run of this, but it's still a 13-point game with Oak Ridge. Is Mitchell Steen going to the line with a chance to hit a couple. Her shot is up off the front rim. Mitchell Steen hasn't been perfect from the line, but just about everywhere else on the court tonight she has been. That first one was missed. With 4:10 to go here in the third. Lady Wildcat lead 46-33 over Halls. Mitchell Steen's second is good. We're going to have a warning because Gracie Heron, after the ball went through the net, she was trying to run back to defense, and she just kind of tipped the ball up. I don't really know why she did that. She seemed surprised at the warning call, but it's just a warning. So Hall's going to take it. Corvette across half court. Gracie almost stole it. She knocked it out of bounds. Nice defense of recovery right there by Gracie Heron. Hall's Cox to pass it in. She's struggling all night to try to get these inbounds passes in, and she finally does on the right side to Tharp. Tharp sizing up Hope Holt with 3:58 to go. Halls with the ball trailing 47-33. Again, it's Tharp with it. She broke the 5-second count, but Hope playing really good defense. We get the switch on the ball screen up top. And the Red Devils or Lady Devils rather, had a chance with Sierra Huff to make a play inside the lane, but her ball was stripped away. Possession, though, retains to Halls. Off the inbound. It's Cox on the right side, driving against Samaj Clark. There's absolutely nowhere to go. Tharp, she thought a three from there earlier, stepped back, thought about it, and she passes it to Corvette. Corvette against Green. Her shot is up. Strong shot, but it was no good as Mitchell Steen gets it ahead to Clark. It's a 3-on-1. Clark, Heron, shot, good. 49-33, the Lady Wildcat lead with 3:22 to go here in the third quarter. Paige Taylor barking directions. And I'd say one of the directions she didn't say was to foul, and Hope Holt got called with one there, but no big harm as it's the team's second.
That's Hope's third foul.
It's Hope's third. It looks like, I'm not sure how many team fouls. I don't know if the announcer was correct. We can check on that in a moment. But Halls is with it, and it's going to be blocked as the shot was put up by Halls. It was blocked by Clark, but Halls retains possession. Corvette with the free throw line, guarded closely by Gracie Heron. Back up top, it goes to Tharp. Tharp driving against Kanan Green, and her shot is up and good. Not bad defense by Green. Tharp just a little bit stronger that time.
Yeah, she did an excellent job of working that ball into the goal.
Quick turnover. I'll be honest with you guys. I looked towards Mike as I was talking. There was a quick turnover. Don't see exactly what happened, but Halls gets the ball back. Driving up top, Corvette, deep three. No good off the front of the rim, and there she's going to get her own rebound, though. Driving right side. Floater is up, no good. Gracie Herron with the rebound over 3 Halls defenders. She tried to get it to Clark, but she threw it, and a Halls player intercepted it. Michaela Allen was who got it. She turned around, put the shot up, no good, got her own rebound, and on the second putback attempt, she's fouled. Lady Wildcats have to do better once they get the ball. Find a guard, find somebody. Too many turnovers on the other end of the court.
Yeah, everybody was compacted right into the lane. It was so crowded, they wouldn't have any room even to catch the ball.
Allen at the line for 2. Her first shot is up and good. She hasn't, I don't want to say she's starred in her performance tonight. She's done some nice things, but you can tell Michaela Allen as a senior, she's tall, she's lengthy. You can tell why she could be a real threat here in the district.
Absolutely. She looks like a really good lady basketball player.
Her second shot, we're awaiting it. Lengthy pause, but she does put the shot up, and it's no good off the back rim. Halls, another offensive rebound. We talked about rebounds in the first half at halftime. Halls definitely doing a better job. They miss another shot. Wow. Deep 3 again as Halls got another offensive rebound. It's no good. They're going to call a foul as Hope Holt had the ball, and Halls just went over her back to get it. Nice effort by the shorter player.
Alec, you know, the Halls Lady Red Devils are really scrapping. They're playing much more intense basketball here in this third period.
And Paige Taylor sees that, and she's going to call a timeout. In sports, there's a saying, Mike, you're the hammer or the nail. You're either the aggressor or you're the one being aggressed against. And in the first 2 quarters, it was no doubt the Lady Wildcats were the more aggressive team. But I think here in the third quarter, I almost looked a little surprised at how physical and how tough Halls has been. We're going to take a 30-second timeout and come back after this. No, just quarters. Surprised how my voice was holding up. I was afraid of the cough.
You're doing great.
Welcome back here, Halls High School. Alex Myers along with Mike Sheehan. Lady Wildcats up in this one by 13. It's 49-36 with 2:20 to go here in the third. If you're just tuning in, you might think the Lady Wildcats are killing it, so to speak. They're not playing poorly, but Halls has made a little bit of a run of it after halftime here, trying to get some momentum back. Coach Taylor just called a timeout. Let's see what the Lady Wildcats can do. Moving left to right, Kamari Mitchell-Steen passes it out on the right side to Holt. Her shot is up, no good, but Mitchell-Steen gets the ball over 2 defenders, and she's immediately fouled before she could put the shot back up. So that will be the 4th team foul, rather, for Halls. 2:02 to go. Hope Holt underneath the Halls basket, trying to pass it in. She finds Mitchell-Steen, right elbow. She's going to dribble back up top. Instead, find Clark. She goes in against 2 defenders. Her shot was tipped, but she gets the rebound. Going out to the right side, wisely just takes it back out. She's going to try to cross it over, and it's a nice steal by the Lady Devils. Up court they go. It's a 3-on-3. Thought they were going to try to make it a fast break, but they pull it out and try to set something up. Cox driving against Lauren Hart. She can't. Hope Holt comes away with the steal. Up court to Samaj Clark. She's driving one-on-one, and her shot is good. Nice job not to foul from Halls, but you got to do a little bit better than that. Clark's physical going to the rim, and she gets the easy bucket. Halls back the other way, driving against Mitchell-Steen, and that's not going to end well for you. Mitchell-Steen finding Samaj Clark, who's taking it up the left side. Her shot is good. 4 quick points, and out of that timeout, Oak Ridge immediately has gone on a 4-0 run when under a minute's time. 1:10 to go here in the third quarter, and Mitchell-Steen fouls Kiara Everett, and that will be Mitchell-Steen's 2nd foul of the game, so she's still got a few to play with. 1:08 to go here as Halls inbounds it, trailing 53-36 in the third. Lauren Hart, Cannon Green, Samaj Clark, Hope Holt, and Kamari Mitchell-Steen out there, the 5 for the Lady Wildcats. It goes after the steal from Clark. It goes to Hart up top. Hart trying to feed it to Green. She does at the 3-point line. Green not looking to score. She's going to pass it to Holt, who finds Clark inside. Good. it wasn't the prettiest offense, but it got where it needed to go. And Clark has gone 6 straight points here in the third quarter after the Paige Taylor timeout. I'd say that was a wise use of a timeout and a productive one at that. Hall's back the other way, 40 seconds to go. And Everett with it, driving its steam. She's going to find right side. That's a teammate. That's Huff. Huff not knowing what to do with it, tried to pass it, and it went off the foot. Tried to pass it on the baseline and went off the foot of Hope Holt. And Halls will retain possession, but have to throw it in under the Oak Ridge basket. Just in front of the Halls bench. No communication between coaches and team at the moment. And the shot was missed quickly off the inbound pass. It was a jump ball between Mitchell Steen and Ella Tharp, and it will stay possession arrow pointing towards Halls. They're on the left side of the court as we see it, directly across from the Halls bench. Going to find it in. It's going to be swatted away. Big time block that time by Mitchell Steen. Pass ahead to Holt. Pass ahead from Holt to Clark, and that's another layup. 8 straight points out of the timeout for Samaj Clark, and it's been a strong finish to this third quarter. 19 seconds left. Halls the other way. Corvetta 3. That's airball, no good. And they tried to save it out of bounds. Michaela Allen, as she has all game, really putting a lot of effort in, but to no avail that time, and Oak Ridge will get possession back. 3 seconds, it was 9 seconds when I thought it was 19. 3 seconds, inbound, half court, Hope. 2-1, half court shot. Heave is up and no good off the backboard. It hit the rim, Mike. It gave us a scare. I thought it was going to go in. We almost jumped out of our seats.
Yeah, that was a glass shot. It hit right at the top of the glass. If it hit about another 4 inches down, it would have gone in, Alec. That was really a good half court attempt.
So we'll keep it right here. It's not a radio game, but we do need to thank our sponsors, as we want to thank Fox Insurance Group, Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, Mortgage Investors Group, and Tin Bank of Oak Ridge. A lot of those people, long-time sponsors here, and we thank everybody who sponsors us. But Small Business Saturday was over the weekend. We thank our sponsors, and the way that we and the community can thank our sponsors, besides just telling them thank you, is by supporting these businesses that so much and so often support us. I want to also remind you, as we head to the fourth quarter here, that creating Christmas memories, we need your help for children chosen by our district's Family Resource Center. The Oak Ridge basketball student athletes will take and follow COVID-19 protocol to safely take children from our community holiday shopping. The goal is to spend $100 on each child on December 20th this year. Please support this holiday tradition by mailing a donation to Oak Ridge Boys Basketball Boosters, P.O. Box 5834, Oak Ridge, Tennessee 37831. Contact Coach Aaron Green with any questions. As we head to the fourth quarter here, the Lady Wildcats are up big. It was down to 13 points. Paige Taylor called a timeout, and it was 8 straight points by Samaj Clark to give the Lady Wildcats back up by 21, actually. It's 57-36 as we start action here in the fourth quarter. Green to Mitchell Steen. Mitchell Steen, left side. It goes to Clark. Her shot is up and no good. Good box out by Halls, and the ball is going to fall harmlessly out of bounds for them, and it will be Hall's ball. Halls has got to make something. Most likely this game is probably not going to swing in their way. But if there's any hope of that, you got to score quickly here. As Hall's the other way they go. And against Clark, that's not going to work out. They're going to have to pass it out to Cox. Cox down low to Everett. Everett spins, turns, churns. Their ball is up and no good, and the rebound goes to Lauren Hart. Hart's ball was, wow. Mike, the ball was taken. The rebound was possessed by Hart. She took 2 dribbles.
Yeah, and Everett
was poked out.
Everett was holding her that time.
Well, it was poked out.
Bad break on that.
Halls retains possession. Bad break turns into another, and it snowballs. As I believe Green was playing defense there. It's her second foul. And Halls' Sierra Huff just kind of spun and drove towards the basket, absorbed the contact, got the shot to fall, and she's going to go to the basket for a chance for a 3-point play. That shot is up and good, so both times Halls has had a chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play. They've made it count here tonight. 57-39, the lead down to 18 for Oak Ridge with 7:22 remaining here in the fourth. Scoreboard says third quarter, but I promise you all it's the fourth. Hope Holt with it as Oak Ridge trying to run a little clock here. Mitchell Steen back to Hope on the left elbow. Holt throws it right corner to Green at the wing. She's going to drive in, pass to Lauren Hart on the wing. She's going to pump fake at the 3-point line, take one dribble and shoot, and that shot was long, no good. Halls with a rebound, 7 minutes to play. They cross half court. It's Corvette. Nice spin move against Green. She's going to pass it over on the right side against Holt, and that shot was no good. Hope Holt, nice recovery defense there. Hart poked it away for a moment. Halls retains possession. Corvette working the top of the key on the right elbow. She's going to pass it in, and Mitchell Steen just absolutely hammers unintentionally, but she does come into a lot of contact with the post player, Megan Byleader. She's a freshman. She is looks like she's going to be okay, but she took a shot there, Mike.
Yeah, she hit the floor really hard. She landed on her hip, and I was afraid she would be injured, but she jumped right up.
And Mitchell Steen picked up her fourth, so of note, if this game gets close, that Mitchell Steen is in a bit of foul trouble. That shot is up, no good. It was 1-1. It was not a shooting foul, so Oak Ridge is able to get the rebound. Cannon Green with it left side to Hart. Hart's going to try to, I heard the foul from here, but it was no shooting foul, and it was no call either, as Hart has it up top just on this side of the H at Halls High School. Kamara Mitchell Steen working it around the left side to Holt, and Holt can't handle the pass. It was a good pass. That's on Holt. I think she just was trying to look to where to go with it and took her concentration and eyes off the ball momentarily. And Coach Paige Taylor finding that, realizing that that's 4 on Kamari Mitchell Steen. She does take her out for a little bit of a breather. We'll see if she comes back in if this one gets close. The 5 on the court for the Oak Ridge defense is Hart, Clark, Green, Holt, and Gracie Herron. As Hall's just working around, but not really able to get the ball inside at all in this possession with 6:02 to go here, trailing 57-39. Hall's with it against Hart. Goes Huff, back out top it goes to Tharp. Tharp trying to figure out what to do with it, and it's going to be stolen momentarily. There's a scramble for it. It should be a jump ball. It is. A little bit of a hesitation from the officials on what the call is going to be. There's a couple of bodies that hit the floor, but the possession is going to remain in Halls' favor. 57-39 the score, 5:46 to go here at Halls High School. The Lady Wildcats in commanding lead here late in this one. Inbound pass underneath the Oak Ridge basket. It's going to go way up near half court. And that's going to be a carry. Good call right there as Halls got the possession. She tried to drive, and Mike, what happened?
She turned it over. She walked with it. She turned the ball over with her wrist, and the ref was standing right there looking at her, and the Wildcats retained possession after the Halls Lady Devils burned a lot of clock and got no points.
That's a really good point by you, Mike. Hart in the corner off the pass from Green. That shot's off the rim, no good. It looked good, but wasn't able to fall. 57-39, the Lady Wildcat lead, 5:26 to go here in the fourth. Back the other way, driving towards the goal against Green was Tharp, but she wasn't able to get it to go, and Holt comes away with the rebound. Maybe got away with the push-off too, but no call from the official as Hope Holt drives past midcourt. She drives it to the right side where it goes to Green. Clark now to Gracie Herron. Herron's shot's good. Quick possession, and you don't mind that when you're up as long as you're getting there, you're converting right there.
Absolutely. If you can score points off that transition, you're doing great. And the Lady Wildcats now lead 59-39.
With the ball for Halls on the right side is Corvette. Halls, a team that's had more Corvettes than a Fortune 500 CEO over the last few years, it seems. A long, strong bloodline of basketball players here for the Lady Devils. And Hart with it up top. Right side to Green at the three-point line. Had an open shot, but she passes it up to Samaj Clark. She's going to drive baseline. On the left side, find Hope Holt for three. That shot's in and out, rolled around, no good. That's an all-around good shot. Just wasn't able to fall. Halls quickly the other way. They're going to think about it. They've got to start scoring quickly, does Halls, if they want to get back in this, Mike.
And they have not been. They're dribbling the ball around, taking their sweet time, and the clock just keeps ticking away in the Lady Wildcats' favor.
Halls thought about a three. They're going to drive against Green. That shot's blocked by Green. Great block that time. Way to block it without fouling. Clark the other way. Fakes the pass to Holt. Her shot is up, and ooh, it was good, but they called Samaj Clark with a walk. I'll be honest, Mike, I didn't see that one.
I didn't either. I'm not going to say I didn't because, a little home cooking going on there, I think.
I'll be honest. I'm off tonight. I got my Oak Ridge glasses on. I probably do, but I didn't see that one. So 4 minutes on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Oak Ridge leading 59-39, a 20-point lead for the Lady Wildcats. It was threatened a little bit, got down to 13 in the third quarter, but it's been a strong lead from start to finish so far in this one. Quick basket gives Lady Wildcats possession off the Halls basket. It's an 18-point deficit now for Halls. Hope Holt with it. Over on the right side behind the arc goes Samaj Clark. She's going to pass it up top, left elbow to Mitchell Steen, who drives, gets her own rebound off the miss. Second rebound. Let's see who touched it last. Halls touched it last. Oak Ridge had a chance at 2 rebounds, but no one got the second rebound, and it finally fell out of bounds after being touched last by a Lady Devil. 3:26 to go here in the fourth quarter. 59-41 the lead for Oak Ridge. Hope Holt inbounding it to Mitchell Steen. She's got a wide open 3, instead passes to Green. Green, even more open 3 on the left side. That shot's no good. Halls comes out of there with a rebound. They don't have numbers, but they're going to try to push the pace anyways momentarily before Green stops that. Left side, wide open 3 from Halls. That shot is up, in and out, no good, but Michaela Allen's there with a rebound and follow. She's not going to have the best night she's probably ever had statistically, has Allen. It's not been a post players type of night, but certainly she's been one of the biggest contributors for Halls.
Yes, she certainly has, especially inside. She's altered a lot of Oak Ridge's Lady Wildcat shots tonight, Alec.
Definitely. Speaking of inside, Gracie Heron had a couple chances at that one, and it finally wasn't able to control the offensive rebound, and it went out of bounds. Hall's ball. 2:52 to go here in this one. 59-43, the lead down to 16 for Oak Ridge. Halls with the ball. They got to do something quick, does Halls. They're going to take a quick 3. It must be a sharpshooter. She just checked in. It's Blake Holbert. She hadn't been in all game, but she gets that one up, and she missed, but the rebound's going to go to Allen, who we just spoke so highly of, and she's going to get another free throw attempt here. It'll be 2 free throw attempts, as they are into the bonus, but that was a shooting foul, so it'll be 2 shots upcoming for Allen.
Now Hope has 4 fouls.
It's a couple of Lady Wildcats with 4. Thank you, Mike. Hope Holt and Kamari Mitchell Steen. The first free throw was up and good. It's a 15-point deficit for Halls. Can they make it 14? Second free throw from Allen, high arcing up. And that's a pretty looking shot. That's good. It's a 14-point deficit now with 2:37 to go, and all of a sudden Oak Ridge probably need to take some time off the clock. Green with it up top to Holt. Holt to Mitchell Steen, left side to Clark. She thought about a 3, nearly walked. She puts the ball on the ground just in time, and they bring it back out. Green up top of the key, left side. Spacing isn't great here, Mike, for the Lady Wildcats, but now they do space it out a little bit more as Green shot fakes and drives right side. Heron underneath, back up top to Holt. Holt, left side to Kamari Mitchell Steen. That shot is no good. Ball is saved momentarily, but Samaj Clark steals the pass. Shot is no good from Holt, and Gracie Heron gets the rebound. So you burned about 40 seconds of clock and got a shot. That's how you close out ball games, Mike, right there. Hall's the other way. It's Tharp against Mitchell Steen. Wow. Takes a lot of contact, but I don't think it was a foul. I think she just kind of fell, actually. Now that I think about it, from Mitchell Steen was the defender on that play, and I'm a little bit behind as I'm talking a little bit too much here, Mike. Mitchell Steen, after that good defensive play, got the rebound and drove it all the way down, got the bucket and the foul. Did the bucket fall? I thought it did.
It did,
okay.
Yes. Michaela Allen has picked up her 4th foul for the Lady Devils.
And that would be huge if this game got to overtime, but with 1:48 and an 18-point lead, I don't think it's going to. Hall's trailing in this one. Hope Holt defending as Blakely Holbert is in the ball game. Blake Holbert. Tharp take another 3. She's taken a bunch of those and only made a couple. That was an air ball from her. And Oak Ridge will get possession back, and Hall's not putting a lot of pressure, and they're going to try to do a one-man backcourt pressure here, 3/4 court. Hope Holt brings across half court with little, I thought she walked, never mind. With little intensity on the defensive end from Halls. They're going to bring it, swing the ball around, and a quick shot from Oak Ridge. I don't think that's Paige Taylor's favorite shot of the night, as Samaj Clark got that one up a little bit quickly. This game's not really in threat at this point, but with 1:12 to go, Mike, and a 63-45 lead, you probably want to eat clock.
Exactly. Michaela Allen hasn't given up. She's really a scrapper. I like that young lady. I like the way she plays. A lot of hustle.
I totally agree, Mike. Inbound goes to Green, back over court in the corner to Holt. She's going to jack up a 3, and that's good. Confident-looking stroke from Hope Holt, and with 1 minute to go, 60 ticks left on the clock, Oak Ridge's lead is now 21. 66-45 as Gracie Heron plays nice defense, forces a tough shot to miss. Ball rolls out of bounds after that, and Oak Ridge will get possession back. Green passing it into Holt. She's got Green if she needs her. She's going to take it herself, though, as she's got the one-on-one defensive pressure full court here. Hope Holt behind the back dribble. She's going to pass it over to Heron, excuse me. Heron's shot's no good. Kamari Mitchell-Steen was absolutely shoved, and it looked like she took a little exception to that. I mean, it was not even close, Mike. No. It was not a basketball play, as you'd say. It was just a shove, but no huge harm there, I guess, as she was able to stay on her feet after the push, and she'll get rewarded with 2 free throw attempts. Her first is up off the front rim, no good. And other than the free throw woes at times for Mitchell-Steen, it's going to be hard to nitpick anything she hasn't done well in this one. Mitchell-Steen at the line for her second. Oak Ridge leading 66-45 with 41.5 ticks left in this game. Second free throw off the back rim, no good, but guess what? She gets her own rebound. Basket drops. That's what we call padding your stats, Mike. You missed the first free throw, so instead of getting 1 more point, you missed the second. You get both points back and a rebound and a chance to get a third point. I don't know if that's intentional, but let's roll with that. Her second free throw, or her free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play is good. 69-45, the lead, a 24-point lead with 33 seconds to go. Shot from Halls was a 3, it was no good, and it's a run-out fast break. Easiest shot of the night for Lady Wildcats, Samaj Clark. She's had a heck of a game, especially on the offensive end, and with 21 seconds to go, Oak Ridge's lead 71-45. Dribbling for Halls, there's just going to be an awkward tie-up. Good sportsmanship from Gracie Heron as she helps the Halls player up. Possession arrow points towards Oak Ridge, and Halls with 15.9 seconds to go is still going to put on the one-man press. Kamari Mitchell-Steen just within a couple of dribbles breaks that. Clark on the right side to Mitchell-Steen as the clock winds under 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3. You can hear the applause behind me. That's your ball game. Lady Wildcats victorious in a big, big way. 26-point win tonight at Halls on the road in district play. 71-45, your final score. We're going to take a quick break and come back with a wrap-up and stats here on Prep Radio. What's your last name? Rodriguez. I said, you want to talk?
Sure.
You want to talk at all?
I'll talk. Lead me on.
Alex Myers back here with, joined by Cody Jordan now. Cody, you did camera work for us on short notice. I know David Clary, we all appreciate you doing that for us. Talk about what you saw from that girls' game while Mike Sheehan is working on the stats. It was a dominant performance with all but about a 3 or 4 minute period here in the third quarter. Lady Wildcats were just dominant.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to David Clay for allowing me to be on here. And that girls' game, Mitchell-Steen was pretty much the X factor along with Gracie. They both had great games, had a strong bench performance as well. And near that third quarter, they were getting out hustled by the Halls Red Devils, Lady Red Devils. But once Paige called that timeout, that was kind of the end of the game right there.
Boys game, we'll talk about that in a moment, but we're getting a big player back, literally and figuratively, a big player back. Talk about the importance of getting Milloway back.
It is no pun intended, is quite a big difference right there. Getting Milloway back I think will be a big factor for us. He brings more bodies to the bench since we have a couple players out due to the state championship football game on Friday. So it never hurts to bring an extra body on the bench, as well as he's probably one of your best players out there.
Mike Sheehan, thank you very much, Cody. I think I am officially getting old because I'm at the point when they turned the rap music on a moment ago, I made this weird face and went, wow, that's loud. I think I'm officially getting old as I start to complain about the volume of music. We're going to take, I mean, you know, you can try to hide it, but it's happening and, you know, it's loud. So, Mike, are you ready or should we take a quick break?
I am ready, yeah.
Let's go ahead and toss it over to Mike Sheehan of Prep Radio, who's got our final stats from the girls' game.
Thank you, Alex. First for the homestanding Lady Red Devils, Brooke Cox had 2. Sophia Tharp had 3. Kiara Abbott had 1. Sierra Huff had 5. Michaela Allen had 8. Ella Tharp had led all scores with 13. And Reagan Corvette was right behind her with 12. For the Lady Wildcats, Bella Boone had 2. Gracie Heron had 11. Samaja Clark had 22. Karen Mitchell-Steen had 24. And Hope had 8 for the Lady Wildcats as they come away with a 71-41 victory here against the Halls Lady Red Devils. So now they go 3-0 on the season. This was a big win for the Lady Wildcats because it is a regional win, and it really helps out as the season progresses.
Mike, thank you so much. We're going to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Again, we appreciate their support, and we appreciate you all supporting them when you guys get the opportunity. Mortgage Investors Group, Tin Bank of Oak Ridge, Ortho Tennessee, the Oak Ridge Utility District, and Fox Insurance Group. Again, many of the sponsors that we have for football and basketball season are longtime sponsors. We appreciate all of those, the newcomers, the ones that have stuck with us for a while here. It's certainly radio for the most part, especially local radio, Mike, is not a business where you necessarily get rich in. So we need certainly all of our supporters and all these sponsors, and we certainly appreciate each and every member of the community that helps to support those businesses as well. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout-ish here, Mike, and let you listen to the very loud tones of the speakers from Halls High School. When we come back, we'll transition, talk a little bit about football, and then we'll talk about this upcoming boys game. Again, if you missed it, the JV team did drop a game. Halls JV beat Oak Ridge's JV 70-60. That's a boys JV game that happened just before the girls game. We'll be back in just a few minutes. switch SD cards? Did we switch SD cards already? Boys matchup here momentarily, but quickly, Mike, let's talk about the bigger game. I don't say bigger game, but it's a state championship game. It's a bigger game than a December basketball game. Not that this isn't important, but certainly on a lot of Oak Ridge fans' mind, looming in the background of this game is the Friday game at Cookeville, at TTU's Cookeville Tucker Stadium. Finally thought of it, against Summit for the state championship and 5A football game on Friday. Mike, what an atmosphere. What a game on Friday. You were there. What are you looking forward to this Friday? I know there's a lot on your mind.
Oh, it's been 15 years since we've even been to the state. It's been 29 years since we won one. It's very exciting to be able to get to go to the state, and hopefully we can pull it out. We've just gotten better and better. We've won 9 games in a row, and at the way that things were starting, I didn't really think it would turn out the way it did. But boy, the coaches have done a great job. The players believe in themselves. This is a really good football team, and we're going to be going against a really good football team, Summit High School out of Spring Hill, Tennessee. It's going to be an exciting matchup, no doubt about it. And I'm just elated that I get to be part of this upcoming broadcast Friday. It's going to be great to be in Cookeville at Tennessee Tech University for this exciting state championship game.
Well, and here's the deal. Certainly we hope everyone and encourage everyone that feels comfortable with doing so coming in supporting. If you don't feel comfortable or you're not able to go, then of course David Clary and the crew will have your broadcasts here. Speaking of David Clary, if you're just tuning in, the JV team lost. The girls won in blowout fashion, but David Clary is not here tonight. He's dealing with some contract tracing issues, but is expecting and hoping to be there on Friday night, Friday evening in Cookeville to do the game. So you have to put up with me tonight, but David should be back and ready to go on Friday. Let's talk about this boys matchup, though. Here at Halls High School. I was looking for my notes here. Tonight's boys game on prepradio.com and Channel 15, as well as a YouTube stream. The Wildcats enter tonight's District 3 game, still shorthanded with the football players out preparing for the all-important state championship game on Friday, but they do get back co-District 3 MVP Jonathan Milloway. Cody, you previewed that a few minutes ago. This will be his first game after COVID tracing. The Wildcats have won 2 straight games, including a big home win over Morristown East, who has since been beaten. Farragut, this is Morristown East, has since beaten Farragut, Catholic, and Maryville. One of those on a buzzer beater, and boy, those are 3 good teams. To beat those, you got to be pretty good. The Wildcats' other win this year was over Pigeon Forge on the road this past Tuesday night. The Wildcats opened their season with a loss to Kingston. Halls has begun their season with the best start in many years. The victories over Maryville Christian, William Blunt, Oliver Springs, Seymour, and First Baptist Academy. But like Oak Ridge, this is their first District 3 game. Oak Ridge under Aaron Green has never lost to Halls, going 21-0 since his first year in 2010. Overall, the Wildcats have beaten the Red Devils 27 straight times dating back to 2007. Oak Ridge leads the series 83-25 since the first game played back in 1947. Tonight, Oak Ridge plays here at Halls, and perhaps the last time, as next season Halls will join another district along with Clinton and Anderson County. Our game tonight is brought to you by Mortgage Investors Group, the Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, Tin Bank of Oak Ridge, and the Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge. We'll be right back with tip-off and starting lineups here in 2 minutes.
I like our chance.
That's what I was laughing.
Hey,
Welcome back to Halls High School, where the Oak Ridge Wildcats are set to take on the Red Devils. First off, let's start off with the Wildcats starting lineup. First for Oak Ridge is number 0. That's Kel Slater. Next up, number 1, Stafford Shanklin, followed by Lucas Searcy, number 15. Jonathan Milloway, the 6'7" senior, back in the lineup for the first time tonight. And then Jeremy Miller, of course, another senior, 6'3", 175 guard / forward, whatever the Wildcats need him to be. Red Devils getting ready, as you can hear. It's a pretty good crowd. COVID, with all things considered, I know a lot of people are staying at home. It's a pretty good crowd, though. Hall's first starter, number 15, the junior Bennett Lane, followed by number 14, another junior, Luke Simpson. Certainly no problem with the speaker system tonight, Mike. The third starter for Halls is number 4, Taylor Walker, a senior. He's followed by the 4th starter, number 2, Quentin Carter Cook, a senior. And then number 1, Ian Bauer. So 3 seniors, including Bauer, in a starting lineup, 2 juniors. Oak Ridge, their starting lineup has fluctuated a little bit more as far as the grades of these guys and ages, with guys like Jonathan Stewart, some of those guys still out with the football team as Oak Ridge prepares for the state tournament.
Yeah,
or state championship
Nick
Friday.
Dallas is not here. Jonathan Stewart, as you mentioned. Preston Turner's not here. Those guys are going to make a big difference when they come back. But no excuses. The Wildcats are going to come out tough, I'm sure. I am so glad to see Jonathan Milloway back into the game.
Tip is lost by Milloway, to the surprise of the crowd, and quickly here comes Halls. With it is Luke Simpson, a junior, going against Oak Ridge. Up top it goes back to Taylor Walker. Walker trying to drive, but there's nothing there. Guarded by Jeremy Miller is Quentin Carter Cook. He's going to dish back off to Simpson. Simpson spins, turns. His shot is not blocked, but certainly altered by Milloway down low. Back the other way comes Oak Ridge. Shot is blocked, but there's a foul on Ian Bauer, the senior. It's going to be his first, the first for either team this game. And Kel Slater, Stafford Shanklin was running the break that time and got hammered. He'll go to the line for 2, 7:32, just 28 seconds into this ball game, scoreless. And still scoreless after the first one. The ball hung around a little bit there, couldn't make up his mind, Mike.
It hit the iron about 5 times before it bounced out, Alec.
Second one from Shanklin is up and good. Halls going against this Oak Ridge tough press. It wasn't too tough that time, rather, as Halls gets it, breaks it quickly, and Ian Bauer gets the quick one to go off the right side glass. Slater over to Shanklin, and it's going to be deflected as they tried to get it to Jeremy Miller on the left wing. Miller's going to stay right there where the ball went out of bounds and throw it in. He gets it up top, and around it goes. Back to Miller down low. Almost dunked it. It was a great layup, great feed that time from Stafford Shanklin. Halls trying to work it. They get it across half court. Over to Ian Bauer. Bauer's going to take a 3 off the left side. Shot's up, no good. Carter Cook comes down with the rebound. He's amongst the trees, but puts it up anyways. And that's a nice play. Nice footwork down low by Quentin Carter Cook. The other way, here comes Oak Ridge. Off in the corner. It's the right side. Shot fake, driving baseline. Gives it into Milloway. He's going up against a couple of guys, and he's stripped. And Carter Cook comes out there with it for the Red Devils. Carter Cook driving against Milloway. He's going to kick it out. And find a teammate underneath. Nice pass.
Great
and
block.
Brett Lane missed the shot. Scrap for the ball. Oak Ridge has it, and they get it away to Miller. It's 2-on-1. Miller takes it over. He held on to that one a little bit too long, and when he passed it, Shanklin couldn't hold on to it, but he finally gets it back. Miller down the left side. Tries to deny the screen, and instead he picks up his dribble, gets it up top to Slater. Slater inside, he's fouled, and let's see if they call that a shot or a pass. I think it was a shot, but we'll see. No, they're going to call it on the floor. And the foul will be on Taylor Walker his first team second. 6:51 to go here. Oak Ridge trailing 4-3. Off the inbound, here comes Miller to Milloway. And Milloway, welcome back, Mr. Milloway, his first bucket of the season. A turnaround jump hook, I should say, from inside the paint. Turnover off the inbound as Oak Ridge's press has been not super effective so far, but maybe that can get them a little bit of momentum as Oak Ridge took the lead after that Milloway shot. It's 5-4 early on in this game. 6:37 to go here. Shanklin up top. It goes to Slater. Slater against Simpson. He's going to drive left. Pull up shot off the bank. That's no good, but Milloway comes around there fighting, scrapping, gets the rebound. Milloway turns around. He's got to get it to a guard, and he does. But before he does, 3 seconds. It's the right call. He just wasn't able to get a grip on the ball, and it took too long to do.
That wasn't his fault at all. He was fighting for possession of the ball, and 3 seconds did elapse. So that was a good call.
6:24 left here in the first opening quarter. It's 5-4, Oak Ridge in the lead. Their press is not successful that time as Halls gets it across court. It's Luke Simpson, the junior, with the ball working against Milloway at the top of the key. Simpson, right side, it goes to Walker. Walker staring down Shanklin, trying to figure out something. He calls for a screen. Pick and pop is not there. Instead, it goes back inside, now back outside to Bauer. Bauer inside, back outside again to Brent Lane. Lane over to Walker. Walker, left side, it goes now back towards the top of the key. Right side, 3, Walker. Shot up, good. Nothing but net that time. Taylor Walker, a lot of ball movement, but it worked out for Halls that time. Probably their best offensive possession so far. They take the lead back once again. It's 7-5. Halls has the lead. Miller back the other way. He's going to loop, pass it over the left-hand shoulder of Milloway, and Milloway puts that one up, an easy bucket. You can't leave him alone anywhere, but specifically, not directly under the basket. He's 6'7". He'll hurt you every time. 5:29 to go here in the opening quarter. Halls and Oak Ridge tied at 7. Bauer, left side, drives, floater, good. And there's a Halls player down. Looks like he's shaken up a bit. As Slater tries to drive, there's a foul called, and I wonder if Halls will get the guy that's shaken up off. They will. It looks like he's got a bum ankle. We'll see if he can make it back in. Hopefully he's all right. So Walker checks out. And checking in for the Red Devils is Ben Ayacheta, the junior. Slater, Milloway, Miller, Shanklin, and Searcy in for the Wildcats as there's a turnover. Halls has it. They have numbers 3-on-1, and they just turn the ball over. Wow, just a blatant turnover. There's no need for that. They had 3-on-1, Mike. You got to be better at that situation.
Yeah, but he lost the handle of it. He got going too fast, and he really outran the ball, and the ball goes out of bounds.
So Oak Ridge back quickly the other way. It's Jeremy Miller from the corner 3. That's high, arcing off the miss. That's no good. And Shanklin comes with it. Miller, left elbow, wants a 3, thinks about it, instead gets it inside to Milloway. Left block, he's going to find Searcy cutting right side. Beautiful move. And he gets it up and under and gets the bucket to go off the right side. Layup good. It's 9-9 here with 4:41 to go left in the opening quarter. Simpson drives, shoots over Milloway off the right side. That's no good. Searcy with the rebound. Behind the back dribble. Had it momentarily, then lost it. And there's going to be a tie-up with Oak Ridge's Jonathan Milloway getting to it before Coach Green called a timeout. Good effort there. Good effort there by Jonathan Milloway. He's playing hard in his first game back. You can tell he missed being out there.
Oh, he's a little rusty right now, but good job by Coach Aaron Green to call that timeout while we had possession of the ball before he dove in, and they called it a tie-up. They called the timeout first, so Oak Ridge will retain possession out of this timeout.
We need your help, folks, creating Christmas memories. Specifically, the Oak Ridge basketball team does. For children chosen by our district's Family Resource Center, the Oak Ridge basketball student-athletes will follow COVID-19 protocol to safely take children from our community holiday shopping. The goal is to spend $100 on each child on December 20th, 2020. Please support this holiday tradition by mailing a donation to Oak Ridge Boys Basketball, ORHS Boys Basketball Boosters, P.O. Box 5834, Oak Ridge, Tennessee 37831. Any questions, please contact Coach Aaron Green. 4:29 to go here in the first quarter. Oak Ridge and Halls tied at 9 apiece. Oak Ridge with the inbound pass. It goes from Miller inside. The height's just too much for Milloway that time. They just threw it up tall to him, and nobody could get a hand on it. Oak Ridge takes an 11-9 lead. The press is not successful. Halls breaks it easily. Bowers on the left side. He turns it over. And, yeah, they're going to give the Oak Ridge ball. I thought for a second. And it was actually Quentin Carter-Cook with the turnover for Halls. I don't want to discredit. As we're going to have a new face checking in for Halls. Still the same starting 5 out there for Oak Ridge. Searcy, Milloway, Slater, Shanklin, and Miller. There's a dunk. Welcome back. Mr. Milloway. They just broke the press with 2 quick passes. That's how you got to do it, and Milloway was standing under there with the dunk. Quick spin move the other way comes Ian Bauer. That's off the glass and good. It's 13-11. Quickly the other way comes Miller. He tried to dunk it, decided to finger roll layup off the glass, and Oak Ridge's lead is up to 4. 15-11, 3:47 to go as Oak Ridge's Jeremy Miller stole it but stepped out of bounds in doing so. Great hustle by Miller to try to get to that. Couldn't hardly believe he got to it, and Oak Ridge is going to get a substitution in. And into the game for the first time for Oak Ridge is going to be number 10, Jameson Upcraft. 6 foot, 160-pound junior guard in there for the Wildcats. A lot of experience for these young guys while the football team is out. Hall's driving. It's Quentin Carter. Cook, his shot is swatted, denied at the rim that time by Jonathan Milloway. He thought he saved it. The ref was there. He didn't. He stepped on the line, but great hustle. Milloway is bringing the energy. He may be rusty, but the one thing basketball coaches will tell you can always control is hustle and effort.
And he definitely does that.
Hall's inbounding underneath the Wildcat basket. They get it in momentarily, and it's stolen by Jonathan Milloway. Up top, he gives it to Slater, who's fouled as he went up for a layup. Shot was no good, but the foul will send him to the line. With 3:33 remaining in the opening quarter, the Wildcats lead it 15-11, and Kel Slater will head to the line with a chance to get on the board.
He's already got
He's
one
got
free
one.
throw.
He hit 1 for 2 from free throw line earlier. He will go back with a chance to get his second and potentially third points. First free throw on the way. It's good. So a 5-point lead, the biggest for either team this game, as it's 16-11 with 3:33 here in the first quarter. Micaiah Dowdell, former Lady Wildcat, give her a shout out. She's taking on the Lady Vols tonight as ETSU and Tennessee play. Be interesting to get a score update on that one maybe later, just to see if Micaiah, I know she's played in a game or two early on this season. The second free throw was good, and the lead is up to 6 for Oak Ridge. Hall's the other way. It's Bowers. He's going to stop and pop from 10 feet. That's good. He's done that all night when he's had the opportunity, and he's got 8 points, says our statistician / color commentary man, Mike Sheehan. Back the other way come the Wildcats. Slater driving against Simpson. He gets it in, fighting hard for the ball was Milloway, and he stepped out of bounds as he tried to save it. No, Hall stepped out of bounds as they tried to save it, excuse me.
I felt like he got pushed out of bounds.
Well, then.
But the refs called it. I mean, he was right there on top of it, but I don't think he saw what was going on behind him, and that's why he stepped out of bounds, because he was pushed.
And I'll have to, pardon me, it's Uptigraph. I mispronounced his name earlier, and Halls gets a steal off the inbound. 2-on-1 situation, and Halls takes advantage of that every time, and now it's back down to a 2-point lead for the Wildcats. He's got 10 points on the night, does Bowers. Slater, they finally break the press to the Wildcats, and Slater's got it 1-on-1, really struggling to stake Luke Simpson. Right side, it goes to Uptigraph, and back over to Slater. Top of the key, tried to find a cutting player. He can't. He finds Shanklin. He's going to go in for the bucket. Nice play. He faked left. A defender went that way, and he just drove to the basket as Halls breaks the press here. Across the court, half court they go. They don't have the numbers, so Bowers wisely backs it back out with 2:33 to go. Halls driving towards the basket. There's going to be a foul. Did they call it before the shot? I think it was, but we'll see. No, they say it's 2 shots. So Halls will go to the line with a chance to make it a 1-possession game. Oak Ridge leading this one 19-15, 2:31 to go in what's been a stop-and-go, lengthy first quarter, Mike Sheehan. Hard for either team to get a rhythm with as many stoppages as we had.
Yeah, there has been a lot of stoppages.
And I will say, probably sounds like I'm blaming the refs for that. I don't think it's been a poorly officiated game in any sense of the imagination. There's just been a lot of hustles, a lot of loose balls, a lot of diving on the floor.
Quentin Carter's his first free throw was good. His second attempt, off the rim, Milloway with a rebound.
Slater breaks the defense. He's going to give it over to Uptigraph, who can't handle it. It's going to be stripped away, but off of a Halls player. Coach Aaron Green barking out directions straight across from us, but Oak Ridge is inbounding the ball into the Halls goal, which is on the opposite side of the court. Wildcats moving right to left here in this opening quarter. Slater underneath the inbound. Faked it to Milloway. Going to give it to Miller, and Miller's bucket is up and good, as you just got to defend the back cut off those inbound passes if you're Halls. Halls going to think about a 3, instead give it back up to Simpson. Simpson, he'll take one. That's up. Looked good. Hit the string off the backboard. It should have been called, but it wasn't, and Oak Ridge comes out of there with a rebound. Miller, left side. Milloway thought he was going to go for the alley-oop. He jumped high, and Miller threw low. Just a little bit of a miscommunication. Again, a sign of rust. Those two haven't been playing together on the same court for a couple of weeks. And Halls will inbound it against this Oak Ridge press. 2:01 to go here in the opening quarter. Oak Ridge leading it by 5, 21-16 the score. Simpson, right side. He's got it. Left side, excuse me. Thought about driving baseline, but Slater's defense was good. Pass blocked away momentarily by Miller, and out with it comes Halls. However, it's going to be Jake Lane. Lane's shot was denied. The ball fell into the hands of Kason Rogers, the sophomore. It was rejected by Milloway, but they're going to call him with the foul. His first, he's a big shot blocker. A lot of times shot blockers can get into foul trouble. Milloway, it's just his first, but something to keep an eye on with 1:42 here in the first quarter. Rogers' first shot is up, no good. Rogers, the sophomore, one of the lone young guys that's seen the court here early on for the Red Devils. They're a junior, senior laden starting 5. See if he'll make the second. First was off. The second one is off as well. Rebound goes to Milloway. Pushing it up court is Slater off the right side, driving against 2 defenders. He's fouled. His shot is up, well short, but he was fouled, and that's going to easily be a shooting call or shooting foul. Hall's coach was boisterous after that call, but I think he was on his player, not necessarily at the official, saying you got to get in front of him, which I'd have to agree with that. 21-16 the score, 1:36 to go here in the opening quarter. Slater to the line. His first shot is up and no good. He's had a little bit of trouble at the free throw line to start out with. 3 of 6 so far. Let's see if he can make it 4 of 7 as he tries to make the second. Slater, Searcy, Updegraft, Milloway, and Miller in there, the 5 for Oak Ridge. His second shot was no good, but Milloway gets the rebound, tips it up, no good. Miller saves it. I'm silent because Miller saved it he was about 3 inches away from the line. We're right on top of it, and the official called him out, Mike. There's some that you say, I don't know about that one. I know about that one. That was a bad call, but Halls will get the ball back. 1:24 to go. They're going left to right as we see it here near the H at the half-court line. It's Luke Simpson with it on the left elbow. He gives it off to Lane. Lane, nowhere to go with it, trying to drive against Searcy, and he'll have to give it off to Simpson. Simpson on the left side, shot flake against Updegraft. Crossover, nice move into the lane, and his shot is up and good. A little 5-footer from Lane.
Luke Simpson on the shot for the Halls Red Devils.
Yes, Simpson. Thank you for that correction right there. 52 seconds to go. Oak Ridge with the ball. Slater driving. Nice. No look pass.
Man.
Milloway's dunk attempt was no good, but he hung in the air long enough that he could get back down and jump back up and grab it again and put it back in. Milloway with another bucket. Slater with another steal. 2-on-1 situation. Up to Miller. He's going to try to dunk it. He's fouled. Dunk attempt was good. The dunk itself wasn't good. It ended up being a layup because he couldn't get to the rim, but the shot fell.
You know, that's a dangerous play like that. Jeremy got undercut, and, you know, I hate it when they fall like that. They fall on their hip and their back, and it jarred him pretty good.
Drop or so when you're that high in the air.
Exactly. It jarred him pretty good.
Yeah, Miller looks to be okay, thankfully, though. He will go to the line for the old-fashioned three-point play opportunity. If he can hit this, he gets 1 free throw attempt. 36 seconds on the clock, so be aware of the time remaining in this. Oak Ridge has opened up a 7-point lead, It's 25-18 as Miller goes to the line for the free throw. 1 shot only. It's good. So Oak Ridge can set up their press now. 26-18 with 36 seconds to go. Halls gets the inbound. It's Quentin Carter-Cook, the senior, driving against Milloway, having a bit of trouble getting across the half-court stripe, but he does, and he's still got it. You got to pass the ball, buddy. He finally does as it's stripped away and knocked out to a teammate outside. Inside it goes back now, and shot quickly is off. Searcy with the rebound. Slater with it. 18 seconds. 15 seconds. Slater going to drive left. His shot is up and good off the backboard. Slater really impressed with his ability to set the pace here. Halls with it. 8 seconds to go as they cross half court. Halls over to Bowers. Ian Bowers against the taller Searcy. Somebody's got to shoot it for Halls. 2 seconds. 1 second. Shot is up. It's good if it goes, and it wasn't even close. After 1, Oak Ridge leads it by 10. Their biggest lead of the ball game. It's 28-18 as we head to the second quarter. Stick around. score. Welcome back to Halls High School. Alex Myers, Mike Sheehan with you.
71-41.
71-41, thank you, Mike, was the final score. A 30-point blowout victory for the Lady Wildcats. The boys JV team fell 70-60 to what was a really nice-looking Halls team. Athletic, big, could shoot, played pretty good defense from what I could tell for about the second half is what we saw of that game. But to the boys' game, it's 28-18 after one quarter of play. It was a little bit of a rough start, both teams going back and forth. It was scrappy early on, but Oak Ridge has opened up a double-digit 10-point lead as we start the second quarter. Oak Ridge moving right to left. It's Searcy, Slater, Shanklin, Miller, and Milloway into the ballgame. Milloway's first game of the season. And he's showing out so far. He gets the ball underneath. Going against two guys. It's going to be blocked that time. Nice block by Halls, and they're going back the other way. They don't have numbers, and they're just going to pull up and fire a three. It's reminiscent of the old days where they used to just jack up a bunch of threes. Sometimes it worked, though, and here comes Searcy the other way. Nice pass to Miller. Beautiful spin move, and he puts it up and good. Searcy, the facilitator. Miller, the end game on that one, as the ball's knocked away on the press by Shanklin, but it's going to remain Hall's ball. Jeremy Miller at the point of this press, 94 feet away from the basket Oak Ridge is defending. 7:25 to go here. We're just 35 seconds into the second quarter. Slater defending Simpson. Simpson gets it across half court, and he sets up at the right elbow. Not a lot of motion from Halls. We'll see if they can get something going as Slater nearly steals the ball. Simpson drives baseline, passes left side to Bowers, who's got an open three and good. Slater on the defense, but he just got there a little bit late. Bowers has shown the ability to knock down the open jumper, and that one was wide open. Searcy stepped out of bounds. They get it across half court. Searcy, you got to be aware where your feet are, but at the same time, the pass led him out of bounds, and he was falling away, and he kind of had to put his foot down to catch his balance. And he stepped out of bounds. Halls will take possession. Updegraff backed in the ball game for Oak Ridge. Caden, the 6-foot junior guard. Here comes a dunk by Jeremy Miller. He goes up behind the back. Great dunk, great play. And when this Oak Ridge team gets out on the run, you can expect some fireworks. Jeremy Miller putting that one in. Simpson with it, right elbow. He's going to jack up a three. That's no good, and it gets stuck in between the backboard and the rim. An alternate possession points the direction of the Cardinal and Gray. 32-21, your score. Oak Ridge, well, they're going to switch it. Mike, I looked at the possession arrow. It pointed Oak Ridge's way. Everybody on the court went that way, but they changed it up. Halls will retain possession. Oak Ridge with an 11-point lead. It's 32-21. 6:35 to go here in the second quarter. Milloway defending the inbound pass. He's literally about a foot taller than Luke Simpson, who's trying to get it in. He throws it somehow over the top of Milloway into the backcourt where Carter Cook gets it. Cook passes it right side. Shot is up and good that time as he just kind of lobbed it up to the tall Bennett Lane. And Lane drove through the paint and got the bucket to go. It's a single-digit game once again for the first time since the second quarter for Halls. Slater inside Milloway. Not for long, it's not. It's back up to double digits, 34-23 with 6:07 to go here in the second quarter as Milloway gets another basket under the rim. Mike, he's not doing anything fancy. He's just positioning himself and getting the ball as he's the tallest one on the court by far. Shot quickly off the rim, that time by Halls. Slater comes out of there with the rebound for Oak Ridge. Numbers for Oak Ridge, it's 2-on-1. Searcy with it. He drives over a defender. They're going to call a block. The crowd doesn't like it at this home crowd for Halls, but it's the right call. It was close, but he wasn't there.
Yeah, he jammed him up, no doubt about it.
5:48 to go. Searcy was shooting, so he will go to the line for Oak Ridge. The Wildcats up 34-23 here in the second quarter. Coach Green barking out signals across the way to his team who's on the opposite side of the court. Searcy's first free throw is high arcing but off the front of the rim. Halls will get a couple of guys in, or both teams will get a guy in rather. Into the game for Halls will come Kaysen Rogers, the sophomore, and into the game for Oak Ridge will come senior Stafford Shanklin. Second free throw is also no good. Shanklin got the rebound, but that was an easy call to make for the official. He was over the back. He got away with the push that time.
Yeah, he did.
Well, he didn't get away with it. They called a foul, Mike. What am I talking about?
They did call it.
5:48 to go. It's been stuck on that for a long time now as Searcy's going to protect the ball. Excuse me, it was Updegraff. He was defending the ball off the inbound. He just stole it, got it, and put it up for 2. Nice play by him as Quentin Carter-Cook pushes it the other way. Ian Bowers thought about taking a 3, instead gives it up to his teammate up top. Right side it goes to Kason Rogers. A little short jumper just inside the three-point line is no good. Analytics folks will hate that shot. I love it. It's an open shot, mid-range. Take the shot. He made it. Back the other way, Oak Ridge tries to feed it into Milloway off from half court underneath. They weren't able to do so. They turn it over. Halls does the same thing. They tried to rush it and force it to Bowers, who was sprinting towards the other way. Great effort, but it just wasn't there. The pass was too long. 5:12 to go here in the second quarter. Oak Ridge up 36-25. Miller in there along with Updegraft. We'll get the other Wildcats in a moment because it was almost stolen, but Miller's going to cross over, spin, turn, put it up and good. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Oak Ridge up by 13, 38-25 your score. Halls with it. Luke Simpson trying to drive against Miller. Takes it back out up top. Denies a screen, and instead they're going to go one-on-one. Will they get any sort of offense going? Let's see. They get a screen for Bowers. Simpson drives right side. Beautiful pass in left, and that shot was up and no good that time by Kason Rogers. Nice play. They just didn't get it to finish. Slater, other A, gets it stolen away from him. And Halls has it. They've got 3-on-2 if they can make something happen. The long arms of Searcy deny any sort of pass, and so he forces up a shot. It's no good. Simpson gets the rebound. His shot up should have been good. Wasn't able to hit it, and the rebound comes down to Oak Ridge's Stafford Shanklin, who is fouled
by Luke Simpson.
It will be their 19th foul, so of course that means that Halls is into the bonus. So Shanklin will shoot a free throw, potentially 2 if he makes the first. The 5 out on the court, I told you we'd get back to it. I try not to be a liar, so we'll get back to it. Shanklin shooting at the free throw line. He is out there with Kel Slater, Jamison Updegraft, Jeremy Miller, and Lucas Searcy. His shot is up off the back rim, hit it a couple of times. It fell to the arms of a Halls defender, though, so Halls will come back with it. It's Ian Bowers. Bowers right side. Man in the corner wanted no shot at that. He passes it to a teammate. Simpson, his shot is up. Hits nothing but the bottom of the net, and not in a good way. It didn't hit anything. It was an air ball. Back the other way comes Oak Ridge. Passes move quicker than you can throw it quicker than you can run it, Mike, and that's what Oak Ridge did on there as they get a quick break. And I'm falling behind here a little bit.
Lucas Searcy on that shot too. I mean, that was a half-court pass. He hit him right in the numbers, and he laid it right in for the easy 2.
Oak Ridge has opened up a 15-point lead. It's 40-25. While we've got you here, we're radio free. We're not commercial free. We're going to give you a couple of shout-outs to our sponsors at some point here shortly, but we're going to give you a quick message. We need your help, guys. Creating Christmas memories for children chosen by our district's Family Resource Center. The ORHS basketball student-athletes will follow COVID-19 protocol to safely take children from our community here in Oak Ridge on a special holiday shopping trip. The goal is to spend $100 on each child on December 20th, 2020. Please support this holiday tradition by mailing a donation to ORHS Boys Basketball Boosters, P.O. Box 5834, Oak Ridge, Tennessee 37831. If you have any questions or comments, please contact Coach Aaron Green, and I don't want to get into specifics because I didn't really see it, but we've got a cheerleader.
She was doing a backflip, and man, she came down on her ankle, and I mean, I don't know if she just twisted or broke it, but she is one of the Halls cheerleaders was doing a backflip, and she injured herself very badly.
I really hope she's okay. She was grimacing, but I don't want to get too descriptive. Let's get back to the action now. 3:58 in the second quarter remains, and Oak Ridge inbounding the ball. No pressure from Halls. It's a rarity so far, but no pressure as Kel Slater just relaxed, dribbles the ball up past half court, and into the front court it goes to Jeremy Miller. And they're going to start rotating their offense. Slater has it left wing. Get it inside off the screen to Milloway. His shot is off the backboard, no good. He tried to go underneath and couldn't get it underneath the backboard, and he hit the bottom of the backboard, but a Halls player diving, trying to sell out to save that ball, touched it last.
Credit Bennett laying on the block of Jonathan Milloway's shot that time.
And it goes from Slater to Miller. He fades away, didn't really need to, and he missed the shot. Halls with it now across to the front court. Simpson picks up his dribble. And finally, he's going to give it to his teammate. That's Ben Iachetta. Iachetta working against Searcy. Give it up top to Jake Lane. Lane drives left, gives to Bowers. Bowers skips step, up, good. Nice little 5-foot floater there from the left side. Didn't have the backboard to aid him, but he didn't need it. Halls pulls within 13. Lob this time to Miller. It's up and good. He tried to dunk it. Wasn't a great pass, but it got to him, and Miller put it up off the backboard for 2. It's back to a 15-point lead for the Wildcats. Exactly 3 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 42 to 40. I can't talk, guys. 42 to 27 your score, as there's a tussle for it down low inside the Hall's paint, and Searcy comes away with it. Miller up top to Shanklin. Shanklin, 2 dribbles, hop step, up and good is the layup, and that's a 44 to 27 lead is opened up for Oak Ridge. Halls is coached beside himself, and I would be too, quite frankly. Oak Ridge has just gone on a run here, and really just Oak Ridge is just quicker to the loose balls. They look like they want it more. I know it's cheesy to say, but they do.
Oh, they do. The quickness is definitely more evident, and the height advantage is a great thing for the Wildcats.
Definitely. This would be a different game if Milloway wasn't eligible.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the players fell down on the floor down here, and they had to get a towel out and dry the floor up to keep everybody from sliding in the sweat.
Oh, back the other way comes Halls. The corner 3, if they want it, they're going to take it. Wasn't a great looking shot, but the result was beautiful if you're a Red Devil fan. Ben Iachetta gets the shot to go. So Oak Ridge's lead cut to 14 with 2:21 left to go here in the first half. Slater with it up top, around the key and around the arc it goes. Over to Updegraff, over to Searcy. Searcy, long 3, he answers. You can do a 3, I can do it too. Searcy with a nice bucket, putting the Oak Ridge lead back up to 17 with 2:05 to go here in the second quarter. Ian Bowers across half court for Halls. He's going to do a one-on-one dribble before he is fouled by Kel Slater near the top of the key. Mike, it's been a stop and start game here. A lot of fouls called, but I think it's been an accurately called game for the most part. Just 2 physical teams that are showing a lot of quickness and effort.
Yeah, and they're getting up down the floor pretty quickly, both of them. This is a run and gun type game. This is a kind of basketball game I like to watch.
Halls gets the ball in just barely in time for the 5-second call not to be called. And Slater's on the defense. But Iachetta gets the ball to go. He just got the pass, took a couple dribbles towards the middle of the paint, put the floater up and good. And Halls has 32 on the night. Slater with it. Almost a pseudo-fast break, and he had a guy open in the corner, but instead takes it himself, and it was good judgment because he got the shot to go. Quickly the other way, off the 70-foot pass goes Halls, jacks up a 3, and it's no good. Shankleford tried to get the ball back the other way. His shot is up, no good. Gets it again, that's also no good. Updegraff comes away with the rebound. It's 1-on-4, and it's finally stripped away before Bowers comes away with it for Halls. This is a tough game to call, Mike. I'm a little rusty, and instead of driving down the court, they're just throwing the ball. Essentially, if you play pickup game, everybody knows what it means to cherry pick, where you're just kind of throwing it from one end of the court to the other, and both of these teams are doing that with a lot of success.
Yeah, they're really running up and down the court. All of them are winded right now, Alec.
1:20 to go here as Halls tries to inbound in the front court. They're going to toss it back court to Bowers to get it in, who's guarded by Miller as they cross the half-court stripe. 1:15 to go. It's 49-32 Oak Ridge in the lead here in the second quarter. Simpson, right side, drives middle, and instead back to Iachetta. Iachetta driving against Updegraff. Nothing there. He's got to pass it out to Luke Simpson. Simpson shot off the front rim, no good, and Shankleford's going to be fouled as he was diving after that loose ball. Oak Ridge will retain possession, and it will be the 9th team foul, the 3rd on, I believe it was Luke Simpson. Thank you, Mike Sheehan, for that tip. And Shankleford will go to the line. Stafford Shanklin wears number 1 on his jersey. He's a 6'3", 180-pound senior guard forward combo, trying to get the Oak Ridge half 100 here in the first half. His shot is up and rattles around good. He'll earn himself a second free throw, and Oak Ridge is up 50-38, their largest lead of the game, 50-32, excuse me, their largest lead of the game with 61 ticks left on the clock here at Halls High School. First district game for both teams. His second shot is no good from Shanklin. Halls comes out of there with a rebound. They don't have numbers, but they're going to push it anyways. Jeremy Miller swats any idea of taking that layup up. Halls gets the ball back off to the swat and deflection. Bowers drives left side, baseline, no good, nothing there, and it's going to be stolen by Updegraff. Updegraff up court to Stafford Shanklin. Shanklin driving, middle, he's stripped away, a lot of contact, but I think the strip was clean. No call, and Halls has it. Back the other way. They don't have numbers, nearly stolen, but Iachetta comes away with it on the left side. Up top of the key, right elbow for Bowers. His shot is in and out, no good. It was a good look, but just couldn't get it to fall. Back the other way, Oak Ridge. They got numbers, but they're going to turn it over momentarily. Slater gets it back off an errant pass from Halls. Slater gets it down to Shanklin. Shanklin gets it up and good. 12 seconds to go. Halls has got to get it across half court in a hurry, and they do. Taylor Walker with it. Walker sizes up DeGraff. He gets it into Iachetta. Iachetta just loses the ball, and the clock will stop with 2.8 seconds to go. Oak Ridge will have it. One of your strongest players, you got to get it to them for a heave. 2.8 seconds to go. Oak Ridge up by 20 as we get ready to head to half. Jeremy Miller can't move, so he has to hold his pivot foot as he throws that one down. Milloway for three. No good, but he's fouled. He will get 3 free throws on a horrible mental error on Halls, Mike. You cannot foul a three-point shooter ever, but specifically with 1 second on the clock, Mike, there's zeros showing now. The clock has expired, but Milloway, with no one else on the court, is essentially going to shoot 3 free throws when he shot an air ball. That shot they didn't have a prayer on a Sunday in church of going in, Mike.
No,
what an error. You can't do.
His first free throw was up and good by Jonathan Milloway.
Unbelievable. The Oak Ridge Wildcats take advantage as his first and second free throws from Milloway are good. Let's see if he can make it 3 for 3 on his first night back. And he does.
Yes.
What a turn of events there.
That hurt the Halls Red Devils right there.
Going into half, you didn't feel good down by 20, but you really don't feel good shooting yourself in the foot. And now you're down by 23. And Oak Ridge leads it 55-32 in what has been an awesome first half. If you're a fan of the Wildcats, Halls, we'll see what they can do if they can make this a bit of a game in the second half. Mike Sheehan will have stats here in just a couple of minutes. We're going to take a quick break, but not before we thank our sponsors. We're radio free tonight. We're on YouTube Live. We're on prepradio.com and Oak Ridge Schools Television Channel 15. We want to thank Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, Mortgage Investors Group, Ten Bank of Oak Ridge, and Fox Insurance Group of Oak Ridge. We're going to take a 60-second timeout, and then we'll be back with Coach Taylor, who we'll talk about and recap the Lady Wildcats' victory earlier.
How are you?
Good. Send a picture. Yes, no mind. All that one, sorry. We're back here at Halls High School. We're going to put a delay on the stats. We're joined now by Coach Paige Taylor. Paige, thanks for joining us here. We appreciate that as always. David Clary couldn't be here with us tonight, so you have to deal with me. But first off, congratulations. It was a great win. Other than about a 3 or 4 minute lull in the third quarter, you guys played them off their feet.
Yeah, it is a good win. Our first district win. I'm not pleased with our effort. I felt like there were times definitely where there was a lull, and we weren't effective, and they played harder than we did, and they went after loose balls. We didn't box out. I mean, I could go on and on, but where we're at in the season, just our third game in, I was happy with the performance.
Yeah, staying undefeated. We're 2-0 before this game. Your first district game. I don't care who it's against, what their record is, even though they had a winning record, but it's always good to get that first one under your belt, I'm sure.
Absolutely, especially in the district on the road, and we know Halls is a team that's always going to play hard. They're going to play scrappy. It's going to be physical. We knew that coming in, and we've got a very new team of girls playing together out on the floor, and we've got a lot of development to do chemistry-wise, and there's just a lot. We've got to get better each game, and I felt like we did some good things. We actually ran our press a little bit tonight, which we haven't done, so working on a lot of things.
Whether it was Boone whether it was Gracie. This is the first chance I've had to see you guys in person this year, but I was impressed by not just the starting height that you guys had, but your depth at the post position. I thought the players that came off the bench played really well too.
Yeah, I felt like they did too. And this is the first year, really, in my 6 years of coaching, that we've had a true post player with post moves. And then you got Bella that comes off the bench that's a post player. You know, they know how to play in the paint. I felt like Bella did a great job defensively coming in, you know, in the second quarter there. So it's nice to have that depth.
Kamari Mitchell-Steen, Hope Holt, their quickness I thought was giving Hall. It was problematic for Halls all night. You guys, the effort, while at times it matched your guys, even when they were given effort, a lot of times your quickness was just a little too much to handle.
Yeah, and I think one thing we've always had is a little bit of quickness, you know, and that's hard to simulate for other teams to prepare for. You cannot prepare for quickness, you know, and so when you play teams like that play hard and play scrappy, the speed definitely helps to stretch the lead.
Trying to look, you sent me some stats, so the official stats, I want to make sure I got this right. Let's see. For Oak Ridge, I'm trying to figure out who our leading scorer was. My guess is that it's Kamari Mitchell-Steen.
Yeah, Kamari had 26.
26.
Yeah, Samaj had 22. I didn't realize Samaj had 22.
Well, we were talking about Samaj. I had her in summer camp, and that's making me feel really old seeing her out here. I'm like, ugh. But Samaj, she was the key to turn things around. You called the timeout when they went on that run in the third quarter.
Right.
She came out and closed the quarter out with 8 straight buckets, and I think they were all layups. So I thought she gave you a lot of energy, too.
She does. Samaj is a player that she's crafty. She's deceiving, and probably the smartest player basketball IQ-wise that we have on the court. You know, she sees things. She's got a knack for the ball. She seems to be in the right place at the right time. But sometimes she needs a little fire lit, you know.
Well, I'll tell you one person that you coached that didn't really need a fire lit, from my perspective, was Micaiah Dowdell.
Right.
She's playing a big game tonight. She's back, was ineligible last year after transferring from Middle Tennessee State. She's up there with ETSU, played in her first game a few nights back. She's got a big game tonight against the Lady Vols. I'm sure you're looking forward to maybe going and watching that.
Absolutely. I want to watch it. You know, I'm proud of Micaiah. Micaiah's been through, you know, it's hard going to college and being kind of the big fish in high school and then going and being, you know, a smaller fish in a bigger pond. And it's hard, the transfer and sitting out mentally. It's as much mentally as it is physically. And she stuck with it, had a great first game the other night. That's one thing you can never say Micaiah's not. She is a hard worker.
Absolutely.
You know, and she will work at it.
Absolutely. Your thoughts final thoughts after the first one? I know it's going to be a little bit of a break between now and your next game, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, and it's hard when you've got so much space. And we talked about that after the game. You know, we could go 2 weeks, we could go 3. With COVID, you don't know. And we've got to use each game to prepare, each game to get better. And we go back to work tomorrow. We'll watch film because a lot of the stuff that we did tonight, we haven't done yet. So we need to go watch film, let them see it. But I'm proud of them. There were times when I felt like our effort wasn't there. You know, I did call that timeout. They responded. You know, when you get a response, you get a little bit of change and effort. You got something to work with.
All right. Well, great job. Congratulations on the district win #1. Hopefully many more to come. Thank you for your time. And Mike, I'll let you just take the microphone there and talk about the first half of this boys game.
Okay. Thank you, Alec. I'll start the summary of the scoring first for the Halls Red Devils. Ben Iachetta had 4 for the Red Devils. Bennett Lane had 2. Luke Simpson had 2. Kason Rogers had 2. Taylor Walker had 3. And Quentin Carter Cook had 3. The big scorer for the Red Devils, surprisingly enough, is a guard by the name of Ian Bauer. Ian, I thought, played a great game for the Red Devils, and the Wildcats really have trouble guarding Ian because he is so quick to the basket. So he's their leading scorer with 15, as they total 32 for the first half. And for the Wildcats, Kel Slater has 7. Stafford Shanklin has 7. Lucas Searcy has 9. Jonathan Milloway has 15. Jerry Miller has 17. So the M&Ms are playing great together already here in their first game back for Jonathan Milloway. He's knocking the rust off. He is going to be a very impressive player along with Jeremy Miller. They just make a great tandem here, and they're very exciting players to watch. And I look so forward, and I'm taking nothing away from Slater and Shanklin and Upgraf. All these guys, they're playing really great. Lucas Searcy, and they're playing tough. And I'm glad they're getting some playing time. But when the football players get back after Friday night, it's going to take them a little while to get back acclimated. So these guys have done a super job of pulling out victories for the Wildcats.
Definitely, Mike. Thank you so much. We're going to give your vocal cords and you just a minute or so of rest. We're going to do the same thing for me. We're going to be back in just over 60 seconds with tip-off here in the second half from Halls. I forgot about Paige coming up here. She came out as a host.
I told you she's probably got half. I wasn't sure.
That worked out there.
She's so great. A great coach.
She talks all the way.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Hawes High School. Alex Myers, Christian Rodriguez, Cody Jordan, and Mike Sheehan doing color commentary and stats with us. We appreciate everybody making this broadcast happen. One of those guys that helped make this happen, provided notes, news, rosters, and all that stuff for us is, of course, the legendary David Clary. He'll hate that I called him legendary, but he is, and certainly we can't wait to have him back. He expects and hopes to be back Friday for the boys' game, but due to some contract tracing things, you are hearing me instead of him tonight. He wants to be on the safe side, of course. So hopefully we'll get him back and ready to go for the big state championship game broadcast at 7 Central, 8 Eastern on Friday from Cookeville. We'll be right here where you're hearing this right here. You can hear the broadcast on Prep Radio, of course, on Friday. Into the second half action we go. Jeremy Miller drives left and gets fouled. High arcing shot off the backboard was just off the mark, but he will go to the free throw line. Luke Simpson picks up his fourth foul literally 18 seconds into the second half, so he's going to have to go sit, and in for Halls will come Kason Rogers after this first free throw from Jeremy Miller. Miller's first shot is up and off the mark, hits back rim, draws iron, but no good. And here comes the substitution. They've already passed the ball into Miller. So wisely, he just takes another shot and gets some practice.
He'll go get another one. He'll get another chance.
Yeah, he missed that one, but it's good to go ahead and take that shot. It's like a kicker, you know, when they call the timeout to ice the kicker. I've never understood why kickers don't go ahead and just take the kick and practice. Here's Miller's third attempt, but it's his second that counts, and that one is good. The practice paid off as Oak Ridge gets up 56-32, 26-point lead for the Wildcats. They didn't start the clock immediately, but they finally do, and it's 7:40 to go here in this third quarter. Ian Bowers, he's quick as a hiccup. He gets past a couple Oak Ridge defenders, gets it into the lane to his teammate, who is fouled, and that will be a non-shooting foul. It will be... Did they call that on Milloway? I'm not sure who they called that on.
Number one.
Called it on Shankleford. So Stafford Shanklin, excuse me. His third foul, team first of the second half. Into the lane it goes to Halls is Brent Lane. And Bennett Lane gets the quick, easy bucket for the first points of the Halls Red Devils for the second half. Caden Updegraff passes over to Stafford Shanklin. Shanklin's shot is relaxed. Looked good, but it was off rim, just off the mark. Oak Ridge got the rebound, but there's going to be a foul called on number 15. That's Caden Updegraff. Updegraft. It's the first time getting to see him play. He's got a really good, nice-looking body. He's a big athlete. A pretty big kid, strong looking, and he's played pretty well tonight here for Aaron Green. Of course, Ted Mitchell on staff across the way. And he will be doing double dipping this week as he's back on the football field as I think a defensive back and wide receiver coach, helping out on Friday, hoping to win a state championship. Ball down inside, this time to Slater. He missed the first one, fought a couple of Hall's defenders off to get his own rebound, puts the second attempt up and good. Simpson across half court with it, now working right to left for Halls. Walker, gives it to Bowers. Over in the corner, it goes to Lane. Lane dribbles through the lane and gives it over to Quentin Carter-Cook. Carter-Cook spins, turns, and gets a shot to go. He just faked out Jeremy Miller that time. It was a good move. Miller just lost it. Miller inbounds it and gets it right back as they try to break this 2-1-2 press from Halls. Over to the right side it goes, missed shot off the ball from Oak Ridge, and Slater gets the ball. Kel Slater gets the ball off the missed shot, and he puts it back up and one. Can he complete it? We'll see. He gets to go to the free throw line for one shot as Slater got the bucket and drew some contact. Slater in there with Shanklin, Miller, Updegraft, and Milloway. Slater's shot is good, and it's a 61-36 lead for Oak Ridge. 6:19 to go here in the third. Walker with it against Slater. Finally gets it across half court. Running off a screen. Oh, he walked. Yep. He saw a teammate. Walker drove, got off the screen. He was wide open, so he took off towards the lane, and as he did, he saw a wide open teammate for three, and it caught him off guard, and he took an extra step. It was an easy call right in front of the official. So Oak Ridge gets the ball back. Slater has it on the right side. He gives it to Updegraft. Inside to Milloway. He's double teamed. It doesn't matter, folks. He puts it up and good off the left glass. Milloway just too big for this Hall's team, Mike.
Oh, he just powered that ball in. An excellent pass to put the 2 points in for Milloway.
Walker with it. He's nearly trapped and finally gets it to Bowers on the right elbow. Bowers, guarded by Caden Updegraft, gives it over to Lane. Lane looking for something to do. He's a post player. Didn't want any part of dribbling from the top of the key. And he gives it over to Carter-Cook. Carter-Cook up talk to Walker. Walker drives, doubled. Quentin Carter-Cook now left side, drives baseline. May have got away with a little bit of a foot shuffle. Doesn't matter. He's going to get it back out to a teammate who's going to drive. That's Bennett Lane. That's Bennett Lane for 2 points. Drives through Milloway, lost his shoe while he went up. It didn't matter. Nice play by Bennett Lane. Miller with it now crossing half court. Almost a pseudo-fast break as they broke the press. Here comes Milloway. Here comes 2 points for the Wildcats. And there's a whistle. I'm not sure what happened. Neither coach called a timeout. Mike, I don't understand that. The ball went through the net. It was a good basket by Milloway, and the refs just stopped play to let 2 substitutions come in. I don't get it. Each team had a substitute, so it doesn't really benefit one team over the other. But typically, you're supposed to have a stoppage in play in order for that to happen. Nobody called timeout. Halls gets it back the other way. Bennett Lane, he wanted a 3. He took a 3. He made a 3. 65-41 the score here. 4:52 to go here in the third quarter. Slater breaks the press, passes it right to Milloway. Defender falls on the ground through no fault of Milloway's. There's no call. Milloway puts the basket up for 2. And wow, showing off the arm strength, Quentin Carter-Cook just tossed a pass halfway down the court, and it nearly hit a cheerleader. It went out of bounds with ease, and Oak Ridge is going to get the ball back. Up by 26 points. It's 67-41 the lead for the Wildcats. Oak Ridge has it. Jeremy Miller up top. He's going to be doubled. Here comes the steal. Halls has it, and they're going to pass it to Bowers. Bowers, left side, passes to a teammate. That shot is off, no good. And Quentin Cook pump fakes gets the second chance to go. Quentin Carter-Cook.
He's got 6 here in the second half already.
He's a nice little player. He hasn't done a lot shooting, but he's just so quick, giving Oak Ridge all types of fits. Nearly gets a steal there. And finally, Oak Ridge's Updegraft gives it to Slater. Slater has a couple of times nearly gotten called for a carry. Here comes another steal. Halls driving past Slater is is Jake Lane, the freshman, and Lane gets the bucket to go. Oak Ridge just a little bit lackadaisical here. It's not that they don't have effort, they're just playing a little bit, they're not playing with purpose, I could say, over the last few possessions, and Hall's taking advantage of it.
Well, they got a little bit sloppy with the ball handling, and they're not making good passes, and Halls is breaking in the lane and stealing the passes, and they scored that layup off of that last breakaway.
We need your help creating Christmas memories for children chosen by our district's Family Resource Center. The ORHS basketball student athletes will follow COVID-19 protocol to safely take children from our community holiday shopping this year. The goal is to spend $100 on each child on December 20th, 2020. Please support this holiday tradition by mailing a donation to ORHS Boys Basketball Boosters, P.O. Box 5853, ORTN 37831. Contact Coach Aaron Green with any questions you may have about that. Oak Ridge gets the ball, taking it 94 feet, working left to right with 3:53 left in the third quarter. Miller with it over to Slater as they cross half court. Miller gives it the right side to Searcy. Searcy driving against Bowers, absorbs some contact, puts the shot up, but they're going to call a foul on Ian Bowers before the shot. Unfortunately for Searcy, as he was looking at 2 free throws, but instead, Oak Ridge is going to take possession, throwing it out underneath the basket, from the baseline, and it went into Milloway. Milloway immediately tossed it to Jeremy Miller on the left block, but he was draped by a couple of Hall's defenders. And so Oak Ridge is going to have to throw it again. This time again from underneath the basket. Lob goes to Slater. Slater has it. Move past the defender. Just faked the ball right, took it left, and he got himself an easy layup, giving Oak Ridge 69 points on the night, a 24-point lead with 3:30 to go here in the third. Hall's with it, driving against Updegraff. And now it's Jake Lane, the freshman, driving against the much taller, more experienced senior Jeremy Miller. Top of the key. He didn't know what to do with it. Finally gave it to a teammate wisely. And here comes Ian Bowers. A lot of experience with Bowers. And he's going to drive right side, kick off the elbow. Wide open 3 from Halls is good. Beautiful shot right there from Noah Latif. Latif just had all the time in the world. I don't know that he was planning on shooting it, but nobody came out and he took it. 1-2-2 press from Halls, nearly effective as Oak Ridge almost turned the ball over. Milloway gets it underneath, his layup up and good. Halls almost had a turnover there, but they weren't able to convert it. Halls quickly back the other way. Milloway tips a shot, but it still goes up and good as Bennett Lane just outran him to the basket. Slater with it now, 2:35 to go here in the third. Oak Ridge up with the ball and leading 71-50. Updegraff with it. He's going to turn around, drive the baseline, and up and under two-handed scoop layup, reverse layup is good, and Hall's back with it the other way. Just shot a 3, but he's going to take the ball inside and give it to Bennett Lane. Jeremy Miller got the ball at the inbound, but they call a whistle, and they say Kel Slater stepped over the line as he passed it in. Another example, he stepped over the line, just not really mentally very sharp here in the third quarter for the Wildcats.
No, we haven't. We kept giving Halls the ball numerous times, giving them more opportunity to score, and they're taking advantage of it.
Quick steal by Shanklin off the inbounds pass. It's 2-on-2. He's going to take it himself, 1-on-2 this time, and he puts it up and good. Tips it to the Halls defender, and Halls throws it in. Nice play by Shanklin. He's got a very good frame, tall, lengthy, and at his position can make a lot of plays out in transition. Hall's with it, working the ball around the arc. A lot of dribbling for Noah Latif, and he finally finds a teammate in Ian Bowers. Bowers passes it into Bennett Lane. Bennett Lane over the top of Milloway, and that shot is off the rim, no good. Slater with it, 1-on-3. He's going to pass it to a teammate who's streaking down the left side of the court. That was Shanklin. Shanklin's shot was no good, but he gets their own rebound. Shanklin over to Updegraff. Updegraff, good. Caden for 3, and with 1:28 to go, Oak Ridge takes a 78-52 lead. Halls working right to left as we see it here on the second deck from Halls High School. I was going to say he got away with it, but no, he didn't. Quentin Carter Cook saw a lot of space, and Mike, he took off but forgot to dribble.
Absolutely. And, Camden Updegraff on that three-pointer, that was a beautiful shot. I mean, it was a great pass right to him. He just jumped right in front of the line, and it didn't hit anything but the net.
1:17 to go here in the third. Miller gets it 75 feet away from the basket, looking, scanning this Halls press, and tried to find Updegraff, but it was tipped away by Halls' Kason Rogers. And Oak Ridge will retain possession, lucky to retain possession, and just in front of the onlooking Mike Mullins, the athletic director for Oak Ridge. The Wildcats will inbound it. It's Searcy. Underneath, can't move his feet. Instead gets it to Jeremy Miller, who cuts on the right side of the basket, and that's good. Just not super disciplined. Hall's giving up a lot of easy looks around the rim, similar to how the Lady Wildcats took advantage of Hall's girls team. Halls, Rogers gonna shoot a three, that's good. He followed through with that one, and that was a pretty shot by Kason Rogers. Back the other way, it's Oak Ridge. Shanklin, the right side to Searcy. His shot is up and good. And all of a sudden, we've got a three-point barrage here in the late third quarter.
Who made that?
Oak Ridge's Halls takes a three on the left side. That's no good. 25 ticks remaining. And Oak Ridge takes it back the other way. Stafford Shanklin shoots a three on the right side. He's trying to join the party. No good. Great effort that time by Oak Ridge's Lucas Searcy.
Who made that last three for us?
Searcy. And Halls will get it the other way, though, as he couldn't save it. Halls, Luke Simpson. He's got 4 fouls. He has it underneath the basket. His shot was blocked. He gets it back and passes out to a teammate. Kason Rogers has it momentarily before Jeremy Miller steals it, takes it coast to coast, two-handed, slamma-jamma. 2 seconds left as Halls gets it. They heave up a half-court prayer. And it was almost answered. No good, though, was the shot, and it's a 30-point lead, the biggest of the night for the Wildcats, as we head to the fourth quarter here. Oak Ridge leading it 85-55. We want to thank our sponsors here, helping us make this and all of our basketball broadcasts happen. Tin Bank of Oak Ridge Utility District, Ortho Tennessee, Mortgage Investors Group, and Fox Insurance Group. Mike, one more quarter to play, barring something really wild. Oak Ridge is going to move to 1-0 on the district and pick up another win this year.
Absolutely. With a 30-point lead going into the fourth quarter, I feel pretty comfortable about the way this game's going to turn out.
4 players in double figures. Mike, who stood out to you for the Wildcats so far?
Oh, of course, Jeremy Miller. And the M&Ms, Jonathan Milloway also. I mean, these are both standout players. But credit these other players, you know. Searcy's shooting the lights out, and James Updegraff's got 5 points, a three-pointer, a thing of beauty. And Stafford Shanklin, he's got, I think, 9. And Slater's got 13. So these guys, you know, we've got 3 players with double-digit scores right now. On a piecemeal basketball team, I think that they're playing really good right now.
Halls will inbound it at half court to start the fourth quarter, trailing by 30 points. The ball goes into Rogers, who gets it across half court. Pass back, right elbow. And they're going to drive, give it back to Rogers. He's going to shoot a three. He made one earlier. Ooh, that one. He was robbed. I'll be honest with you there. That should have gone in, but it didn't, and Oak Ridge is the beneficiary there. Slater, the other way. He's going to take it against a guy, take some contact, and put it up anyways. No good. Rebound goes to Jonathan Milloway, who puts it up. It's no good, but he was fouled. That was the whistle you heard. 7:38 to go here in the fourth. Oak Ridge holding a 85-55 lead, looking to go 2-1 on the night. The JV boys team fell 70-60. The girls team won in blowout fashion, just like they did both times these two teams met last year. And the boys trying to get the win here. And Milloway's second shot is up and good. Both shots were made, as Halls has it now. Halls has it. That's an old saying, Mike. Halls has it. You remember that?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact.
Halls, I'll tell you what else Halls has is a turnover. That time it was an offensive foul, team 6. So the next time Halls commits a foul, unless it's a charge, the Wildcats will be shooting free throws for the 1-and-1. Slater with it over to Shanklin. Shanklin past fake, gets it back up top. Slater with it for the Wildcats. Post players moving around. Searcy has it. He's going to jack a three up from the left side. Long rebound is no good, but it's grabbed by Halls. Taylor Walker with it, driving against a Wildcat defender, a couple of them, one of which, let me introduce you folks, it's Jonathan Milloway. He blocks that shot out of bounds. Halls will retain possession with 7:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Oak Ridge up, the Wildcats leading 87-55. With 4 fouls, Luke Simpson for Halls will throw this ball in against the taller Shanklin. Shanklin gets it into Walker. Walker sizing up Lucas Searcy. Searcy nearly came away with a steal there, and instead Walker gets it back. Taylor Walker, the senior, takes a screen off the right side. He gets it to Bennett Lane. Lane inside the lane. He puts it up and no good. Good-looking shot, good-looking pick-and-roll action. Just couldn't get the ball to fall. Miller coming back the other way, working against Walker. He's got 4 fouls. Oh, almost picked up a 5th, but I think that's a good no call as he almost tied him up.
Yeah.
As he avoided the 5th foul there, Mike.
Yeah, he actually held the ball. I thought he had a foul,
been a
but
jump ball is what it should have been.
It rolled out of bounds on the Halls Devils, and Oak Ridge has it back.
And underneath it's Shanklin. He's going to save it after the miss. Good effort there by him as Jeremy Miller gets knocked down and shoots a 3. No call, but the 3 is good. Doing a little trash talking, I think, as a couple of guys going at it, and Miller just simply points towards the scoreboard as Halls' shot is no good. Miller comes away with it. Kel Slater is good. He's really good, actually, as the junior guard has been all over the place, active, turning defense into offense tonight.
Yeah, he's got 9 points here in the second half.
Been really good at getting to the rim in the half-court setting as well, setting up his teammates for success underneath. Halls moving right to left. They get it under to Quentin Carter-Cook, and he tried to save it from going out of bounds. Hit it off an Oak Ridge defender, but as he was jumping, his foot stepped on the line, so that stops the action, and Oak Ridge will get the ball back. In the ball game for Oak Ridge, let's do the lineups. Kel Slater, who's getting ready to pass it in 94 feet away from the basket to Jamison Updegraff. Those two are in there with Caden Updegraff, excuse me. He's in there with as Halls takes the ball. Excuse my error right there. I'll get that right here in just a second. Halls had the ball, and a couple of guys fell awkwardly there as Halls took the steal the other way. Kel Slater was trying to defend it, fouled. Both of them came down, but the foul was called on the floor, so Halls will have it underneath the Oak Ridge basket, trying to convert. They haven't done much of any scoring here in the third or fourth quarter, and Halls nearly turned it over, but they finally get it in. On the right side, it's Ian Bowers. Bowers driving, turning, churning. The ball is up towards the rim, no good. They're going to call a foul. Let's see if it was on the floor or if they're going to count the shot. They're going to count it as a shooting foul, so he will go to the line. Let's recap that and try again. Kel Slater on the court along with the 2 Updegraff boys, Jamison Updegraff and Caden Updegraff. They're in there with Lucas Searcy and Jonathan Milloway.
Ian Bowers really cooled off here. You know, he had 15 in the first half, and he's yet to score here in the second half.
First shot was missed. The second one from Bowers was off front rim as well. Here comes the Wildcats the other way, trying to score quickly. It looks like give it up top. Milloway for 3. The big fella, that's off back rim and no good. But guess what? The rebound goes to Updegraff.
Camden.
Caden Updegraff. Nice play there to keep the ball alive and to keep scoring hopes alive for Oak Ridge. He did just that. Milloway is going to check out, and Stafford Shanklin will come back in. Also into the game for the first time all ball game, a guy who played really, really well in the JV games, Nick Dallas, former Jefferson Eagle, defending down low in the post for Oak Ridge. Halls working it around, working it inside is Bowers. Ian Bowers passing it right side to Schaefer. Schaefer gets it down low. Nearly got the deflection, did Dallas. Instead, Halls is going to play around with it, kick it out to left side. Long 3 is no good from the corner. Now to there comes Stafford Shanklin with it. Shanklin doubled. He's going to get it to Updegraff, but he's going to be fouled. And let's see, will be the team's 7th. So Stafford Shanklin will go to the line for the Wildcats for the 1-and-1. There's going to be a quick timeout called by Halls. So we'll keep it here, Mike. We'll talk about this before we get off the air, but a couple days till state. Are you getting nerves yet? Are your butterflies turning yet, or are you still all right so far?
I'm good right now, but I am excited because it's been a long time since I've got to go to the state. I'm really looking super forward to being down there and at Cookeville, Tennessee Tech University. It's going to be an exciting time for a lot of people from Oak Ridge. As we did that interview on television the other day, Sunday, that got me fired up, and now, as the time goes by, my excitement levels has only gone up even more with the anticipation of going down there and winning it all, bringing the gold ball back to Oak Ridge High School.
I want to apologize. Nick Dallas is still playing football, so wearing his number 4 is Bryson Comer. So I wanted to make that correction. But Bryson had a really good game for the JV. A lot of post moves. He's a tall kid, not huge. He's not, Milloway tall yet, at least. But he's got a great frame to build on, a young guy. And, I used to go down to the Civic Center a lot, and I would see him working in there with his travel team, putting in a lot of work, hard-working kid, and by all accounts, looks to have a really bright future for the Wildcats. Shanklin's second free throw is no good, and Halls comes out of there with it. With it crossing half court now is Ben Ayacheta. He pulls up at the free throw line. It was almost like a free throw, except he jumped, and his shot was good. 94-57, Oak Ridge with it. Mike, can they hit 100? Certainly Wildcat fans hope so, as the ball goes inside to Jamison Updegraff. And he's fouled. His shot was no good, but he'll get 2 free throws. I'll tell you, one good way to guarantee Oak Ridge gets to 100 is to continue to foul them while the clock's not running. The clock, I just looked up and it was running for some reason, but they stopped it now at 3:05. Oak Ridge 6 points away from that 100-point mark. 94-57 the score as Jamison goes to the line for 2. It will actually, yes, for 2. The 2 Updegraff twins in there, Jamison and Caden, along with Stafford Shanklin,
Bryson Comer,
thank you, and Lucas Searcy. A lot of young talent. Ideally, I'm sure Coach Green would love to have his full roster. I mean, obviously, he wants the football team to do well, but I'm sure in an ideal world, he'd love to have his full roster. But this is kind of a blessing in disguise, Mike, isn't it? Getting a lot of these young guys, not only action early, but district action on the road. They're getting a lot of experience here. Second free throw was no good.
There's no substitution for, experience, and they're getting a lot of it here before the football players get back.
Definitely.
And I was kind of hoping the district wouldn't start before they got back, but they've done an excellent job here tonight.
Definitely.
With this first district game.
94-57 the score, 2:41. The clock is ticking even though the ball's out of bounds. Hall's trying to get it in underneath the Oak Ridge basket. They get it in. Comer defending as Jake Lane drives it, passes back right side to Miller. Robbie Miller gives it to Bowers. Bowers free throw line jumper well off the mark, hits backboard but not the rim, and Stafford Shanklin comes away with it. Ooh, nice pull back. He pulled back the dribble like a string to a yo-yo, gets his own rebound and puts it back up. Comer got the rebound, gave it to Shanklin, and Shanklin finished the play off with 2 points. Driving against Comer is Miller. For Halls, hasn't said his name a bunch tonight. That's his first 2 points to the basket. He's come in of late, trying to make a little bit of an impact for the Red Devils. And it goes to Comer. Bryson turns around over the left shoulder with the right hand, and he gets it to go. It's 98. 98-59 with 1:45. Can Oak Ridge do it? The game within the game. Can you get to triple digits here in district game number 1? The Halls 3 lined up is no good, and with it comes Updegraff. Crossing half court with no pressure. He's going to launch a 3. In and out, no good. You hear the collective groan from Oak Ridge fans who wanted that one so badly to go in. Hall's back the other way. Quick jumper is good. And they're up to 61. 98 is the score. Slaughter rule is what's making this clock run, even when it should be stopped in theory. Updegraff going to go. This is Jamison. Or Caden, excuse me. He took that one, and there's your triple digits. The scoreboard doesn't get much higher than that, Mike. It's 100-61 as we tick under a minute to play here. Long three again, rebounded by Oak Ridge. This time it's Lucas Searcy. Searcy, left side, top of the key, goes Shanklin. Shanklin, he walked with it. Yep,
Yeah.
he walked with it. He tried to pass it, tried to shoot it, didn't know what he was doing. He just came down, and that's a good call by the official, an easy call to make. And with 40 seconds to go, Halls inbounds it, and that may have been the last shot we see from the Wildcats, as Hall's going to launch a three at the top of the key. Nobody was guarding Jake Lane, so the freshman says, hey, I'll put up a shot, and he makes it. Nice looking player for Halls. Caden up to Graff, trying to shake his defender and break the 5-second count. He hasn't so far and finally did. Really good defense by Halls, but Searcy passes over to Shanklin. Shanklin launches a three. That one's short off the rim, no good. Halls comes out of there with it momentarily. There's going to be a foul. Who's it on? It's going to be on Oak Ridge's Stafford Shanklin. And with 3, 2, 1, oh, they're going to stop the clock with 1.4 seconds to get Jeremy Miller in. I don't know why the clock is stopped now with 1.4 seconds after it ran down from about 10 seconds. That seems rather useless. So Halls dribbles it a couple times. The buzzer sounds, and Oak Ridge comes out victorious. 100-64. The Wildcats win. The JV lost 70-60. That was the boys JV who fell. The girls won in a big, big way, and the boys do just the same with a little bit higher scoring output. 100-64, the final here. Let's take a 2-minute break. Thereabout. I don't have the timer out. We'll take just a couple of minutes break. Rest of the vocal cords, and Mike Sheehan, you'll have the final stats from the boys game before we talk to head coach Aaron Green.
16.
Welcome back to Halls High School. Alex Myers, Mike Sheehan, Christian Rodriguez, and Cody Jordan helping us out on the technical side of things today. And we do need your help this year creating Christmas memories for children chosen by our district's Family Resource Center. The ORHS basketball team or student athletes will follow COVID-19 protocol to safely take children from our community holiday shopping. The goal is to spend $100 on each child on December 20th, 2020. Please support this holiday tradition by mailing a donation to ORHS Boys Basketball Boosters, P.O. Box 5834, Oak Ridge, Tennessee 37831. Contact Coach Aaron Green with questions you may have. Mike, I'll toss it over to you for stats if you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready. Thank you very much, Alec Myers. You know, for the Halls Red Devils, Ben Archuleta had 4. Jake Lane had 2. Bennett Lane had 12. Luke Simpson had 2. Kason Rogers had 7. Taylor Walker had 3. Quentin Carter Cook had 3. And Ian Bauer had 16 to lead the way for the Halls Red Devils. Scoring for the Oak Ridge Wildcats, Kel Slater had 16. Stafford Shanklin had 11. Bryson Comer came off the bench late. He got 2 points. Jameson up to Graff had 5, 1 3-pointer with a thing of beauty. His brother had 4. Caden up to Graff. Lucas Searcy had 13. Another double-digit score for the Wildcats. And how sweet it is. The M&Ms. Jonathan Milloway had 25, and Jeremy Miller had 25.
Mike, I'd like to let you know that, as I told you earlier, I haven't eaten since about 2:30. I'm too hungry for you to start talking about candy or any sort of edible food for that matter. Thank you so much, Mike. We'll talk to you in just a second, but let's talk to Coach Aaron Green, who has just joined us. Coach, tremendous ball game, coaching-wise, the players, effort-wise. A lot like the girls' game we saw. Good hustling. Ended up being a blowout. Both teams that you guys played, both girls' Halls and boys teams, were scrappy. Halls came in here with a 5-0 record, their best start in some time, but you guys ultimately took over and never looked back after the first quarter.
Yeah, I thought, just watching Halls on tape, I don't think they've been 5-0 in a while. Now, granted, the 5 teams they've played, have had great records, but anyway, solid team, got a lot of guys back, a couple of good guards, they shoot it well. So, honestly, I was just, really glad to have Millway kind of back in there to kind of get us, really. I guess our foundation of kind of what we do. He's our rim protector. Everything kind of funnels around him offensively. We felt a little bit discombobulated, I guess, the first 3 games without him in there. So it felt good to have him back. I thought he did well. I thought his conditioning was better than I thought it'd be. Being out, he actually said he ran some and stuff while he was at home, which was good. So, but overall, I thought our effort was good. Coming in the game, the biggest challenge I tell Halls plays really hard. They're scrappy, and I wanted to make sure we matched that and played harder, and I thought we did that. I thought, one of the stats at halftime that stood out to me, we had 13 assists. I think we had 55 points, which is a lot. But we had 13 assists. I don't know how many of that was on made field goals, but I thought we shared it. We got it out in transition. One thing that that you really don't think about that I noticed at halftime when having Millway back is he gets a lot of defensive rebounds, and he's a great outlet passer. So he starts our break, and we've missed that. That's another thing where we've missed that rebound and outlet to get us going in transition. But good win. We just got to keep getting better. We still got I got some guys that didn't get a ton of minutes last year. They're getting valuable minutes right now, and they're learning, and so we'll just keep trying to get better and take it a day at a time.
Obviously, you want Oak Ridge to win the state championship. There's no doubt about that. But in an ideal world, you'd love to have your full roster from start to finish. However, a little bit of a blessing in disguise, probably getting some of those guys like Bryson Comer, getting some of those younger guys some valuable minutes in district play that maybe in another year they might not get that opportunity this early.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about the football team. I know, I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, it's been, last time we won it was when Gaddis was here in '91. Obviously, everybody knows that. It's a historic game on Friday. I'm excited about going and watching it myself. And you mentioned not having guys. I'm used to that. When I was at Sweetwater, I played, for my dad. We won the state championship in football and basketball in the same school year in 1994. So we played. I'm used to, when I was in high school, used to playing without football guys, and even obviously now, and coaching high school ball, our football teams have always been really good. So you go without them for a period of time, and it's just part of it. So I'm excited for the guys that they're on the football team that play basketball, and it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I'm excited for them to have that opportunity.
Coach, before we let you go, I wanted to bring up the Christmas memories. This is something that's an extraordinary thing you guys do for this community. A lot of times it's unheralded. It's not talked about a ton other than outside the broadcast and the basketball program. But if folks haven't really heard and have heard me just mentioning it tonight, tell them a little bit about what it is and why it's so important.
Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. It's our Creating Christmas Memories. This is our 11th year. This is my 11th year here. This is our 11th year doing it. For every $100 that we get raised, that's one kid we get to take shopping. Our school system helps pick the kids that get to participate. So, say if we have $2,400, and obviously hopefully we get. Our goal is to get $5,000. That'd be 25 girls, 25 guys. Our girls team will be involved involved as well. So if you're listening and got a little extra money laying around this Christmas and can donate a little bit, we will, you can do that. You can reach me at, you can email me, you can drop it off at the high school, tell them it's for the Christmas fundraiser for Coach Green. They'll put an envelope, put it in my box, or you can look on social media. We'll have it posted, but you can also just shoot me a quick email and I can give you the address. But the best thing to do is just drop off a check, probably. But it's a great, and not only is it great for the kids that may not get a great Christmas if it wasn't for this, but it's good for our, for every $100, that's another kid in our program that gets to take that kid shopping and give back, and then they get to feel that feeling of what it means to be able to give back and watch somebody that may not even have a Christmas if it wasn't for that. So it's just as beneficial for our players as it is the kids that are involved in the shopping. So we can't do it if we don't get donations. Well, I wish we could just write a Walmart a $5,000 check. We can't do that. So we need to raise money. And we got to start now. That's December 20th, so it's a little less than 3 weeks away.
And one of the last things I'll ask you, Coach, is just this year it's different, definitely, but to start 1-0 in district play is good, no matter how it comes, no matter when it comes. I'm sure, right?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and this is, as most of us know by now, I mean, you never know from day to day, really hour to hour, what's going to happen. We obviously doing our best to keep our kids safe and social distance and all those things, but everybody's dealing with it. It's not just us. So we're going to have, you may play some games shorthanded. Hopefully not, but more than likely the percentages say it's going to happen. And fortunately for us, once we get everybody here after this Friday, hopefully with a state championship brought back to Oak Ridge, we'll have enough depth where it may not hurt us quite as much as it does some other teams, just because we've got some depth. But it is, before the season started, I told our guys, one of our biggest opponents will be COVID. I mean, last year it knocked us out of playing for a state championship in the state tournament, which was probably one of the most difficult things as a coach, that you kind of have to just face the reality. Hey, we qualified for the state tournament, which is really, really hard to do, with a team that probably wasn't expected to get there, and then don't get to go play it. Kind of stinks. And I wish we could find a way to kick its tail, get a vaccine or something going here, but but it's unfortunate. I just feel really bad for not only our players, but really players across the country that are missing out on big crowds and missing out on things that you and I did in high school that they're not getting to experience. But it is what it is, and you just got to keep on going, do the best you can. And I'm just thankful to be able to play tonight, and hopefully we'll play our next one, and we're going to try to get as many games in as we can.
Well, unlike you, Coach, I had the best seat in the house right over there on the bench to watch those games. So,
that's right.
So,
yeah.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on the win, and hopefully we'll see you in Cookeville on Friday.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks. And again, if you want to donate, drop it off to school. Contact me directly. And if David Clary's listening, you got to get healthy, big guy.
Oh, he's definitely listening. He hopes and expects to be Friday in Cookeville.
Yep.
So people will get to listen to him as they have dreamt of doing for 29 years now.
I know David's been a part of a bunch of them, so I know he's excited as we all are.
Definitely. Well, I appreciate it, Coach. If I don't see you between now and then, Merry Christmas, but hopefully I will on Friday and at games in the future.
As Ed Orgeron would say at LSU, go Cats.
A little better, a little easier to understand that time, but Mike Sheehan, let's wrap things up here. It's a school night for Christian and for maybe people listening at home. Cody Jordan and Christian, thank you very much, both of you guys, for helping us, because without you guys, it does not happen, and they helped us on short notice. David Clary, as Coach Green was saying, wish you well and hope you can get back very, very soon. He's out with the contact tracing, some issues there, but he expects to be with us Friday. Mike, speaking of Friday, this is how I'll wrap things up after a great night tonight here at Halls High School. Your final thoughts to radio listeners this is the last time you'll talk to them before on Friday, as you'll be on that broadcast.
Yeah, I can't hardly wait for Friday to get here. I hope everybody that can come down to Cookeville. It's only an hour and a half drive. It's a beautiful drive down to Putnam County. And it's only a 3-mile drive off the exit to Tucker Stadium there at Tennessee Tech University. A beautiful venue. Hope everyone that can come out. If not, please listen in, as the radio broadcast will be on 92.7, 94.7, prepradio.com, and of course Oak Ridge Cable Channel 15.
Thank you very much, Mike. Thank you to my mother who's listening and supporting. Thank you to everybody out there for putting up with me when they expected David Clary. And thank you again for everybody helping out. Until then, we will see you guys on Friday. Good luck, and go Wildcats, go.
Great job, Alex. Thank you for having me. I kind of I was really planning on coming anyway, even if I hadn't been on the radio, I planned on coming. Cause see, I only live 20 minutes from